Hello everybody and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Transylvania Chronicles, here on Dork Tales. I am your storyteller Kelly, I use he and him, and folks, we are delving once more into the world of darkness in 1198 AD as we continue the beginning of the Transylvania Chronicles. I'm very excited to be back. Thank you so much for your patience. Last week we were out because of a cast illness, but hey, guess what? We're all physically present again, which is fantastic. And we always want to keep this cast together because everybody brings such awesome energy. And speaking of those people who bring awesome energy, let's say hello to them, starting with Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing the woman with the mysterious box that everyone wants to know, but
everybody wants Granny's box.
What's in Granny's box? A tight surprise. We will see. I played Tereza, the Zamisi, and yes.
You know that with vicissitude, you can be a TARDIS, right?
It's bigger on the inside, I know. Yeah, but wouldn't you want it? Most people want it to be smaller on the inside.
Unless you put fangs in it.
That's true. I could put fangs in it.
You could. You need to look at the cover, or the back cover of Zamisi Clan book Unrevised.
Oh.
Isn't there a movie called Teeth?
Yep. Yes, there is. Which, yep.
Anyway, so Robin, tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, I'm second gen gamer in the chat, and yeah, looking forward to reprising Tereza, who has Animalism 3 this game, which I'm super excited. So yeah, super excited.
Yeah, you do. That's fantastic. All right, next to you, also fantastic, is Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I go by Blogg in the chat. Use he, him, or they, them pronouns, and really excited to be here. I freaking love this game and Vampire, and yeah, it's I'm playing Rainald von Eggenberg, the holy man of the group.
Nice. Good to have you back, Chris. Beneath you, we have the other holy man here, but the holes are in his head. It's Kal, or at least his character's head. Sorry, let me back off that.
I'm possibly have more holes than Rainald. Hello, everyone. My name is Kal. I use he, him pronouns, and so
while I was
Bastien.
taking a drink.
And I also like coffee at night, and I fell asleep this afternoon and woke up like an hour before game, so I'm a little wonky, but that'll fit in character because I'll be well rested.
Fantastic. And speaking of well rested, I don't know, it's not Jen because Jen doesn't sleep.
It's not me. I don't know who you're thinking of.
Jen's not going to rest till it's in peace.
Yeah. Anyways, hi, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Alëna, our holy woman, but gangrel.
Fair. All right.
Just different religion.
Different religion. You know, it's all good. All right, so folks, we're going to be starting in just a minute, but I have a couple of announcements I want to make to you. First of all, I have 3 announcements, actually. First of all, there is a wonderful sponsor who has brought this game to you, and it is Bookwyrm Games. I know some of you have actually just bought some dice from Bookwyrm Games, such as this Amethyst or that Bloodstone D10. They absolutely have phenomenal World of Darkness inspired, legally distinct dice that will make you think of all of your favorite World of Darkness monsters, such as the Sabbat, such as the Camarilla. Sorry, I have to spit every time I say that word. The Anarchs, which I kind of just shrug when I say that word, as well as mages, technocrats, wraiths, and werewolves. Go check them out right now, bookwyrmgames.com. You can get a 6 set or a 10 set, plus there are tons of other dice available. Hey, if you like playing or are trying to like trick some of your non-gamer friends into gaming through Dungeons and Dragons too, they're also going to be releasing some modules soon involving piracy that I'm helping write. So when those come out, you definitely want to back those. But until then, use code DorkTales to save 15% on your order. And those are Canadian prices, folks. So it gets cheaper the more you buy, like it really does. And there's free shipping over $100. It's ridiculous. So go check out Bookwyrm Games. They keep us in business, so please keep them in business. They're also just a really good company. So please go support them. And bug them about Dorktales dice. Like, I want you to email them and be like, Dorktales needs dice. Because someone emailed me about that the other day, and I was like, we were in talks, and then we just kind of forgot about it. I'm not going to lie. But go bug them, so they'll bug me. And then that's the only way that it works. Because I have ADHD, and I forget things. Secondly, we have Extra Life coming in just 2 weeks from Friday, actually. And that is a weekend event where we run 14 games over 3 days. It's ridiculous. And it is to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. Every dollar that is donated goes straight to them. And if you're in North America, those are tax-deductible donations. We run 2 events a year. This is our April one, which would normally be in August, but now it's in April, the other A month. And then there is one in November. So please join us in April for that. We have so many great games. We do have some fantasy games, but we also have coming Legend of the Five Rings. We have Pigeons 11. Or whatever it's called. Bird Crimes. Bird Crimes happening.
Pigeons 11 was Krista's game for
that's right.
Streaming for Survivors.
Be birds, do crimes.
So yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. Please join us for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's even going to be some, not World of Darkness, but some there's a game of Scion there. There's a brand new game that just went through Kickstarter that is up called The Crowned. That's going to be ran by one of its creators. It's going to be a fantastic time. And then finally, we are sponsored by Bookwyrm Games, but the main source of our funding comes from Patreon and from viewers like you. If you would like to, please go to our Patreon right now. There is a poll that anybody who signs up for a free membership or above, if you have the funds to do so, can vote to see what games we're going to run later this year. So normally I run 1 or 2 monthly games a month. Actually, these days it's closer to 10, but that's because I'm an idiot. But I plan to be less of an idiot later on and thin that down to 1 or 2 monthly games. And I want to know what you want to see. So right now we have games like Mage the Ascension 1999 that are really kicking ass there. But I've got some surprise wins from games like Scion, Olympus University, games like people are voting for Werewolf Season 3. People are voting for God, I don't know, more technocracy, stuff like that. So go vote. Let me know what you want. Waterdeep Dragon Heist is really being pushed, and that's gonna be fun because I have ideas for that. But yeah, go check it out right now. It's free and it helps bolster our numbers. So the bigger our Patreon looks, the more people hopefully will come and support us. Which is
I went
good.
in just to vote.
Yeah, just go to vote. Like, it's good. And then, like, if I drop anything for free, you get it for free. So, you know.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. You can't argue with that. All right. So, with that, I think we're ready to start game.
Could we post a link to that in the chat?
To our Patreon?
Yeah, for signing up for the voting.
Yeah, just
awesome.
click, just go, it's the top thing. Just go to our Patreon, patreon.com/dorktales. And it is the most recent thing because there is and also if you're on Patreon, there is a very special thing that I am dropping on Sunday evening for you. This is a real big secret, but I have managed to, should I say this real quick before we begin? No?
I mean, I vote yes, but
no,
your production
No.
team probably knows better than me being impatient.
Let's just say that it is an amazing, you're going to be blown away by, you'll never expect the people I got for this one shot. It's the best. That's all I can say. It's a special one shot that I got. I wanted to get it in before April. And because April is super busy with Extra Life and I can't wait to share it with you. So
I'm surprised you were able to get all of them together.
It's hard to get certain people, especially in one place. It's anyway, it's going to be
Scheduling
fantastic.
the real BBEG.
Yeah, it really,
True
but it is
facts.
the most impressive Let's Play I've ever seen. And I can't wait to share it with you. But hey, we need to play some Vampire. because it is already 7:24 and we got a lot of stuff to do. So let's start. Last time on Vampire the Masquerade, the Transylvania Chronicles, you fortified yourself, said goodbye to your recent friends, and began the work on the tower at the Tahuta Pass. There, you had some issues with a horse, and later met with Zelios, the Grand Architect. And thus, work began. Zelios took your money and was happy to begin working, promising to do the best job that he could, to set up a castle that would rival any castle, both in Russia, across the pass, or in Transylvania, behind. With secret sleeping chambers, opulent halls, and more. It would be a place for you to rule over the peasantry and enforce your Cainite might. And so he began to build those plans. And slowly but surely, the tower began to be built. Weeks pass. Months roll by. Winter, though just having passed, is never far enough away. The end of your deadline looms in the distance, like an open grave waiting to push you in. Although you have money, sent by your sponsor, loaned by Micah Vikos, and a bit that you brought yourselves. As the months stretch on, you find that you're running a bit short of money. And worse of all, you're running short on the one thing that no Cainite ever truly thinks they are lacking. You're running short on time. In the dark days of the Dark Ages, you soon find that the peasants you have, the 24 peasant workmen, can only afford to work 2 days a week. Even with your funds, someone has to till their fields. Someone has to plant. Someone has to upkeep and do the livestock. This is a harsh era. And true, with your money, you are able to easily convince probably 10 men to stay behind and work. Some of the ladies do as well and are able to do menial tasks and light labor, if you allow it. During that time, the guards that you sent with Anatole and Lucida return some 6 weeks after they departed. In good shape, they reported to you that the delivery went off without a hitch, and you will receive a letter from your sponsor thanking you for the delivery of the items. I have to ask a question. These guardsmen, these ghouls, do you put them to work as well?
Things are not going smoothly. I think that might be a prudent suggestion.
Okay. Can I please get everyone to do me a favor and make me an intelligence and seneschal roll, please? If you do not have seneschal, I believe you can't make this roll.
Nope.
As on a somewhat related note, I know a little bit of science and mathematics myself. I'm a bit of a mathematician. I was wondering if I can try and see if there's anything that I can do with the plans to help further things along, or learn from our architect who's building this place.
Also, Kelly,
Yes.
am I allowed to have my my ghouls roll? Because I specifically didn't take Seneschal because Clara had it, and so I took something else.
Clara you can roll it for you.
Perfect.
If you allow her access to the money,
oh yeah,
then she can run.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Worcestershire conversation just popped up in my head. I'm not sure how to say
I want
this.
you to make me a Seneschal roll at a difficulty of 6, please.
Oh, that one turns my 2 successes into a 1 success.
All right. So 1 success from you. Did anybody else roll for it?
I don't have.
Does anybody
any
have
Seneschal.
Seneschal? Oh,
God,
so
no.
it's okay. I thought Rainald would have it. All right, sounds good.
I don't run a house. That's why I was asking about academics in relation to the engineering.
You can make me an intelligence and academics roll to see whether or not you are learning anything from this. It is midsummer, almost by the point where Clara approaches you, Tereza. My lady, may I have a word?
But of course. What is it?
I have reviewed the finances.
Yes.
While we've made decent headway, the first floor is still not completed. The payments have been made for construction materials, for the importing of lumber and stone, as well as some payments, but I'm afraid that the coffers are nearly dry, she says, looking at her feet. If something doesn't happen, if we aren't able to acquire additional funding, the workmen will not be paid, and I fear that they will slip out.
Well, have we been taxing the people?
How would you have gone about doing the taxation? Would you have just been sending your guards down to, like, basically give them a shakedown?
I think almost we would have set up a toll booth, I think, taxing for passage between.
So for passage across the path, but what about the surrounding villages? Is that something you would not have done?
Well, I thought that was the I was under the thought that that was a normal thing because we had been given permission, I believe, from Radu to do that.
Then in that case, what method would you have used to do taxation?
Maybe once a month, sending people the guards, because we want to make sure the money's protected around. Like maybe once we kind of got established and start setting things up and pull people in, sending them around to let them know that this would be happening, and then sending them around once a month to
I'm doing the exact opposite.
Oh, okay.
While that's happening, depending on how far these places are, I would like to scout the towns and find the richest merchants in them and just fucking rob them. I'm just going to be robbing rich people.
All right.
See, I think
I love you.
Tereza would have really liked to try and manipulate as well, gone around to the towns and try and met with the quote-unquote mayors to try and gain more acceptance of guards coming around to get these
They're more
taxes
like
too.
burgomeisters of this place, but
So
why
you're
don't we
kind of
go
like
ahead and
schmoozing, and
then tell
Yeah.
you
Let it-
what.
I'll
So-
come in after you then,
Mhm.
because they're
Right, so-
definitely not going to give.
I
what
want
they
to
say
know
they
how
will.
good you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
do at this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Tereza make me a manipulation and politics roll.
Cap.
We're going to make Bastien do a wits and larceny roll. How would you go about doing things, Rainald?
As Rainald suggested, because this is a fantastic idea, like doing it all three ways, because we're getting Tereza to get the extra stuff and like work those political connections. I'll be sending and organizing the guards, as I said earlier, for like once a month, just kind of going around, warn everyone, as well as there's a tithe for the workers coming to the chapel, right? And then oh god, sweet Bastien. Music to my ears. That's beautiful.
It's amazing.
So what would you be doing personally to bolster this?
I think what I would be doing is possibly going around the first few times. I don't know how much time is passing, or has passed, but the first few times to just kind of keep an eye on things.
People are looser with their coins, Rainald. Well, while we're just spitballing ideas out of character to move the project along.
And Bastien, ledger domain, not larceny. Pardon me. Too much time in Chronicles.
The promise of a great chapel up here might loosen.
That's a good point.
Yeah, go for the
a
taxation
cathedral, I
of
mean,
the,
rather than just a small town.
Yep.
tithe of the cathedral.
I'll pull an evangelist a bit.
Yeah,
Okay, that
do
sounds
it.
great. Can you?
Do you have any
how about you give me-
contacts?
How about you give me a charisma plus theology,
Ooh,
or charisma plus leadership?
same thing.
Okay, so I'm going to ask everybody to do this at a difficulty of 7 because this is kind of a harsh terrain. Now, Alëna, is there anything you're doing to bolster this? Are you perhaps just like fucking robbing caravans?
Alëna is disgusted by all of this and refuses to take part.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. You are still continuing to like feed men with your kills.
Yeah, because that's honest work.
I love your
Man,
character.
these guys are so well fed.
Give
Yeah.
me what I want you to do is give me a wits and survival roll. Just see how that's going. Now we're going to use one roll.
Would
Go ahead.
commanding charisma
Yes.
commanding?
Yes, it would.
Is there any way that I could use my ability to fleshcraft myself to make myself prettier when talking to?
Or more feeble, or more regal, or something like that.
Yeah, a little bit more just like.
Yeah, 100%.
Honestly, I think. Yeah. So if do you want me to give you a separate roll for
Nope.
dexterity and body crafts?
Nope.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll give you 2 more dice.
Sweet. Okay.
Instead of lowering the difficulty, I'll give you 2 more dice.
Okay.
You have the time to make yourself pretty, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Difficulty 6 for the like hunting.
Absolutely.
4 successes.
Holy crap. Okay, so I'm just going to mark successes down here. Okay, so 4 for Alëna. 3 and 3 for Tereza and Rainald. And then Bastien, how are we doing on the robbery?
On the robbery, can I spend a willpower?
Did you already roll?
I have not. It was wits
Yes.
and ledger domain.
Wits and ledger domain, yes.
I'll spend a willpower, and I think, what does that do? It just gives me 1 success.
1 automatic success.
And what's the difficulty, sir?
6, please.
Ooh.
Is it 6 or 7?
Oh, pardon me, 7. 7. 6 for Alëna and hunting, though, because hunting
Yeah,
is easy.
yeah.
Okay, so was that how many successes is that? It's at 7? 5?
5.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
at 7?
Yeah, sorry, it was 7, not 6. My bad.
Okay, including the willpower 5 then.
Okay. So, let's take a step back then. The fact that Clara is saying that there is trouble is something of a shock to you. Because for the past few months, you've had very great success. In fact, as we transition backward, Tereza, you remember the night that you met with the leader of the town, village more of anything, of Tver. A man named Andre was the burgomeister. Tall and sullen, with a splash of Turkish ancestry that gave him black hair, but his mother's blue eyes. His hair was shorn short around a widow's peak, his nose long and hooked and broken several times.
Sorry, what did you say his name was? You said the town and then his name very fast.
Andre.
Andre.
Andre. Yeah.
Andre of Tummuth, did you say?
Tver.
Tver. Thank you.
Tver exists on the Russian side of the Tahuta Pass. In a few hundred years, no one will even remember it was ever here. But now, it is a place that owes you money. You sit across the table from this man. You can hear a squalling infant in the next room. Pair of them, wailing their lungs out. And he sits across his meager table from you, standing awkwardly until you sit. My lady, it is good to have you here. And your retinue? Dominic stands to one side of you, his hand casually on the hilt of his blade. Clara pulls the chair for you.
Thank you for meeting with me, Andre. I've recently acquired and are building a fortress on the Tahuta Pass. It's quite a dangerous mountain pass. Lots of robberies, animals. But it is the only trade route. I believe that I can make it safe and allow less damage and more trade routes open between your side and the other. But you see, it costs money to build and operate, and I was wondering if certain townships that are going to benefit from us protecting the pass would be able to contribute. Your merchants will know that their goods will make it safely, and therefore they will be able to sell all their goods and not have losses. All I'm asking is for a small fee, and we would be able to help each other. Scratch your back, and you can scratch mine.
I would never deign to scratch your back, my lady. Look, Tver is a small village. We exist on onions, dirt, and what little we can receive from passing merchants.
And Tver can also suffer more too if the merchants do not make it through the pass.
I suppose a bit could be spared.
I'm sure you will find that your small village will soon grow. It will become prosperous. And you would be the one that has led this village into the next stage. You are the one that's going to be responsible. You're the steady leader, the one wise who led them in.
Can you please make me a manipulation and leadership roll? And I need to ask, are you doing anything else to accentuate this?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just noticed that you bought Animalism 3.
Oh, does that work on people?
Especially on people.
I would love to use that on people.
Have you ever seen a
Yeah.
vampire movie where the vampire goes, "Come to me," and the person just swoons?
Yeah. I would love to do
That's
that.
Animalism 3.
I mean, it makes them super docile, is what.
Yeah.
it does.
Oh yeah,
So-
fuck yeah. I would love to
Yeah.
try and make him super docile.
See, this is-
I would call the swoon dominate, is why.
Well, it
Mm.
honestly depends how you use
Yeah.
it, but yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true, but
The whole, like, you can't resist me because I am, like,
yeah,
a predator type of thing. Oh yeah, 100%.
it mutes all of their emotions and like makes it impossible for them to like use willpower on things.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, whereas
I'd love to.
dominate is like literally hypnotism.
Okay, yeah, so use manipulation and empathy to soothe the victim into complacency. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, yeah, yes, please.
I
I
love
would
new
love to
vampire
do that.
players. I just love having you in World of Darkness games because you get to experience all this stuff that we've all had for like 15 years,
I'd
20
love
years.
to experience this. Difficulty 7. Require extended action requiring success is equal to the victim's willpower dots. Okay. So I can do this over multiple
Mhm.
rounds, basically?
Yeah, what's his willpower? 4?
4.
Nice. All right. Yeah, sweet. I'm gonna definitely do that. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a willpower on this as
Okay.
well myself. Holy shit.
Okay. How'd you do?
10 10 9 6.
Okay, so you win. You win vampire. Congrats.
Holy shit. That's 5 successes in one round.
Okay, he is irrelevant at this point. So you reach out with your beast and feel the mouse inside of him submit. I will be happy to help if it means growing this village. You are very wise.
Oh. Thank you, Andre.
I appreciate you taking interest in us, my lady.
Of course. And your lady will take good care.
You had a very fruitful evening. Much like Rainald did. When he spoke in front of I say nobles, but spoke in front of the ruling class of the small town of Lupani. There are several Lupanis throughout the Transylvania region. This is one of them. Lupani has a rich merchant family called the Drazomirs. And it is in front of them on a windy, rainy night that you had your confrontation where you tried to pitch your ideas to them. How did it go? What did you tell them?
Well, of course, I have to make them feel bad and worry about their souls. Yeah, probably using very specific Bible verses to accentuate the point, like in Matthew, where it says it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to go to heaven. Encourage them to take care of the spiritual well-being of not just their own souls, but the people who are working under them, and making sure that these God-fearing people are all working their hardest and best to help maintain this current status quo. Of course, if things are not looking so good, with the way my talks go, I'll definitely be trying to encourage Bastien to pay them a visit later.
Drago Drasimir leans forward. He is the man of the house, the oldest brother. Look, priest, we appreciate you coming down here from your mountain pass. We appreciate the attention, but you must admit, you benefit more from this than we do. You set up tolls there. I have been told of silk merchants coming through being taxed, spice merchants, pepper, cardamom, everything is being taxed on its way through. You gain this money, and what do we get out of it? Huh? We have loyal followers. We have loyal tenants working the land. We have to keep them healthy. To do that, we need money. Or else they will join God before it is time.
These luxuries.
I don't even call food a luxury.
Spices and silks? These luxuries that we are taxing, that are coming through, will have a much safer travel and be more consistent upon arriving to your town, regardless of such petty concerns, because that is what they are. You should not be concerned with what happens. You need to reprioritize. What's really important in this matter is not just their souls, but your immortal soul. Are you not concerned what will happen after you die?
I imagine that worms will eat my brain, my heart, my bones.
When was the last time you went to confession?
At this, one of his brothers chortles. Drago! Oh. If it's been 10 years, it's been a day. Quite.
How many of them are around me?
3 brothers. One who's pushing about 40, the other 30, and another in his 20s. The youngest one is the one that spoke up. The middle one, though, you will recognize is looking at the ground and kind of grinding his toe into the floorboard. Make me a perception and empathy roll. This is making him very uncomfortable, and not for the reason that some would think. Whenever you talk about God, he casts his eyes down as if you realize immediately you're in the presence of someone who believes. The middle brother, Eon. Eon believes. Drago and Vastamil, not so much. They are stuck in the corporeal. I would be happy to send a little bit of money with you, all right?
Let's go about this from another point of view. How is your town doing?
Luperi is fine. It grows. We have almost 24 families.
Very good, very good. Do you want to keep it that way? It would
Are you
be
threatening me?
a shame if this particular town was found unfaithful.
Are you threatening me?
If I was threatening you, you would cower, and cower is dominate one.
Okay, I want you to go ahead and make the roll.
Yes!
All right.
These are humans, but we're trying to schmooze and.
You're trying to schmooze?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, are you in
Yep.
their village or are they visiting?
No, he
know.
went down to the village. He's in their house.
Oh,
actually,
I
as
guess
far as
I'm
I
with Tereza.
I imagine
right.
you're maybe there and obfuscated for all I know.
You could be. I wouldn't know. So the difficulty is their willpower.
Difficulty. His willpower is 5.
Okay. I have Eyes of Shadow, which is
Okay.
-1, and
Okay.
I have an Aura of Confidence, which is another -1.
Oh balls! So difficulty 4 or 3.
Oh,
That
What
will
the
be
heck?
5.
So he is going to drop to the ground at the beginning, cowering. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At that point, Vlastimil is going to look at his oldest brother. Witchcraft! And is going to pull a dagger from his belt. And roll me initiative, please. I have a 13.
Oh, damn. Well, that's a 10 on the die. So
Oh,
that'll
boy.
also be 13 because I
Okay,
have
what's your mod?
Celerity 1.
What's your mod? He has
3.
a 3?
Yeah.
How was your mod only 3?
2 decks. Oh, wits. It's
Yeah.
wits too. Never mind. Then I got 15.
Oh, okay, then you get to go first. So he draws a knife and prepares to lunge at you. What do you do?
I take out my Bible in one hand, hold my nifty little cross in the other, and just tell him to confess, and that's also going to be dominate.
Okay, he has a willpower of 3. So the difficulty can go no lower than 2.
Yep. Actually, because of the ones here, that will be 2.
Okay, 2 successes?
Yep.
Okay, and he will hold the knife and say, I murdered a merchant to take his boots. I buggered my brother's wife in the ass. I bought poison to slip into Drago's drink next Christmas. he will drop the dagger and try to run.
I'll look over at the faithful one.
He is white as a sheet. He's as white and pale as you are.
I've got blush of health.
Oh, sorry. He is whiter and paler than you are. And he looks up at you and...
Your family seems to lack a lot of faith. What are you going to do to correct this?
My lord, the power of God moves through you.
I am
You
but
are
a servant
prophet.
of God.
You are a conduit of divine will. Drazimir, the house of Drazimir will, of course, are your servant. They are the servant of you and of Jesus Christ. We will do everything we can.
Your support, and I'll look down at the eldest one, will be very appreciated. However, I think there's some house cleaning that needs to be done first. I'll leave that to you. But please, come visit me for confession once the chapel is complete.
Of course, Father. Of course. Of course.
And I'll leave.
A very useful night indeed. You leave in the thunder and rain, and later find that that brother, the eldest brother, killed his youngest brother and his wife several nights later and went on the run. However, there was a much less enjoyable, well, a much less cooperative merchant in the Transylvanian town of Kiosa. The merchant refused to have anything to do with you and seemed to have a strange foresight. For when you went to his house, he had his bodyguards try to rebuke you, rebuke your men. The houses were hung with garlic and wild rose, with crosses above the windows. It was a large house, 2 floors, and it was very easy for Bastien to get inside. Bastien, what would you have been doing in this house? It is an immense house for the day and age, built with some of the finest peasant house, merchant peasantry house, that you have seen perhaps in your life. It's the size of an inn. You can see that there are 4 rooms on the top floor, as well as a castle-style latrine. A little jutting room with a shithole that leads down the side of the house into the garden.
Imagine letting the people see how healthy you are. I'm going to look for... Wealthy people like to hide their belongings, often in boxes, often near where they sleep,
Okay.
or where they spend the most time.
So do you head into the bedrooms? You head into the main bedroom. Are you obfuscated?
Oh, definitely.
Perfect. Can you do me a favor and make me a perception and investigation roll?
Ooh. And difficulty?
Difficulty of, you can see in the dark perfectly, you're obfuscated, 6. You've got all the time in the world.
Ooh, thank goodness that was 6. I rolled 3 6s and a 7.
All right, so looking around the bedroom, you find a large, muscly, snoring man lying in bed next to a very fat and pregnant wife. Tattoos grace his arms, strange ones, markings that you have not seen. Perhaps something he picked up back east? Scars cross his forearms and naked chest. And he snores loudly as you search the room. Beneath his bed, which is stuffed with actual down, you can see in the glittering moonlight that's coming in through the glass window a small brass lock down on the floor just beneath his bed. It would be easy to miss, but it appears that there's a section of the floorboards beneath his bed that has a keyhole. And glancing at him, you can see he wears a small brass key on a chain around his throat.
Let's make sure that everything's a little bit more... actually, if I make the room too quiet, the wife might wake up if she's used to him snoring. Suppose I'll do this dexterously.
I feel like I need to make this a bit more immersive for you, so hold on just 1 second.
Uh-oh. Easy now. Come to Bastien, Mr. Key.
All right, if you're trying to get it off of him, I'm going to mute that because I don't want that going constantly through this, but you get the idea. So go ahead and make me a dexterity and legerdemain roll. He is sleeping fairly soundly, but he is a sleeper. So let's say this is going to be at a difficulty of 8.
I'm going to spend willpower.
Sounds
because
good.
boy, oh boy, would this not be good to fail. I have a specialty nimble. Is this nimble?
It is very nimble.
Okay, so 10 again is...
Do you have 10 again? Do you have a specialty in this?
Nimble.
Oh yeah, nimble. What am I thinking? Yeah, of course you just asked. Sorry, this is me checking something else.
Just 4.
4?
Oh, not including the willpower spent. So 5.
5? Like plucking a rose from a garden. The key lifts. You slide it over his muscly shoulders and can open the panel in the floor without a problem. Click. Inside, you find a strong box, about the size of a small child, a baby, you know. And inside of it, it will clatter with coin. You sneak out into the hallway, and as you do, you will be confronted immediately by a kind of a sickening smell. The smell of bile. The smell of putrid vomit and shit wafting from that second floor latrine. The door will open, and a small girl of about 6 will wander out, clutching her stomach. She has long, curly black hair, deep-set eyes that are ringed with exhaustion. You are obfuscated, correct? She stumbles out, clutching her gut. "Who are you?" she says to you. Looking right through you.
You can see me.
"Oh, you are a strange man in my house. Of course I can see you."
Intriguing. I'm a ghost. Most cannot see me. But you can.
"A jester died in our house?"
I can move from place to place.
"Are you a friendly ghost or are you a poltergeist?"
I can be a friendly ghost. Are you sick, little one?
Yes. Mama says that I need to go to the church to get better, that I need to pray.
Well, I can help you get better.
Are you an angel?
I'm trying to be. Little one, God helps those that help themselves. Has anyone told you this?
No.
He gave us free will so that we can make ourselves prosperous and powerful, so that we can help others. I do not understand everything myself, but you are special. You have an aura of greatness.
Thank you. You're very nice too. What is your name, Mr. Angel?
You can call me Angel.
Angel. I'm Alëna. Alëna
Alëna.
Morom. Like my papa. Morom.
I have a gift for you that will make you better, but you have to choose it for yourself. I cannot make you take it.
Okay.
Close your eyes. And
She does so.
Bastien will gently bite her.
Okay.
And there's kind of like a euphoric feeling with the kiss, correct?
Yeah, there is, yes.
While she's in that state, he'll use a knife to give her some of his.
Okay.
His
So
blood.
the one in, one out type of thing?
One in, one out. I figure if she's sick, maybe this'll
Can you do me a
help her
favor?
out.
If you'd like to taste her blood, and see if you can detect anything, you can try using Auspex. Please make me a perception and medicine, or perception and alertness. Do you have any medicine?
Ooh,
Or
I
Hearth
don't
Wisdom?
have medicine.
Okay, make
That
me
looks like a
perception
good
and
path
alertness.
for me, though. I do
Good, you can
have
become a doctor.
alertness.
So give me alertness at a difficulty of 9. Because this is very persnickety.
Okay, I'm gonna spend willpower again. Use it or lose it. Oh, get out of here, 1. This is not vibes. This is specific.
This is not vibes.
Dang. 2 including the willpower spent.
Okay. Her blood tastes anemic, drained, sickly. But as far as you can tell, it doesn't have a tang to it. You've drank in desperation off of people with cholera, off of people with scurvy, off of people with, well, the plague. You've drank off lepers, most likely. This tastes sickly, but close to normal. Whatever condition she has doesn't appear to be in her blood. But without any medicine, you struggle to think of what it could be.
Am I able to take some of her blood in a goblet?
Would you, if you want to steal a goblet from her family, absolutely.
Might as well.
You might as well.
Yes. Not take draining this kid of a pint. Like what? Kid's got like 5.
Yeah. Half pint. Oh no.
Oh. But like enough that maybe he could ask somebody, one of his friends back home, like if they
Totally.
can.
Yeah, you can absolutely get like
sommelier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You probably know at this point that Tereza knows quite a bit of medicine. I have 3 dots in it, so I don't know if anyone else has it,
Sounds
but
good.
Tereza knows medicine.
I have
That's what I was
hearth
thinking.
wisdom
Nice.
and herbalism.
So you absolutely could.
Oh, I'll have to ask Tereza. Yeah, and I'll do that. And just lay her down. Assuming she has her own bedroom.
It appears
And
so.
assuming she's still kind of like dizzy from the
She'll
the,
basically pass out between that and her illness. Yeah.
yeah. And put her down there and kind of before I go on my way, I'd like to investigate. Damn, I have no medicine or anything though.
You can still look around to see if there's anything you could see.
Yeah, I do have investigation, enigmas, occult. See if yeah, something's up here. What? Even if I fail, I just want to take a look around and try to figure out what could be poisoning or affecting or cursing
Sounds good.
this girl.
Make me an intelligence and investigation roll, not perception, because you're specifically looking for places.
Investigation and intelligence. Oh, I'm gonna spend willpower again.
All right, do it, do it. We'll say this is at an 8 because you're doing a full perusal of the house. You're a doctor
Bastien's
detective.
not very smart. You said difficulty 8?
Difficulty 8.
I rolled 3 7s.
Oh, but you spent a willpower, you said.
I did, yeah.
Okay. With 1 success, you will spend the better part of an hour looking through their things. Despite everything, you are going to find, as you were looking around, 1 success, inside of the pantry, at the bottom of it, there is a sharp smelling sausage tucked at the back for curing. Well, it has been cured. However, it appears to be a heavily spiced pork sausage that's been placed at the back, out of reach of most people, but it has a few bites taken out of it. With your keen senses, you can smell that it's long since spoiled, but the thick spicing would prevent a mortal nose from quite noticing that. However, you'll also notice that it's speckled. There are bits of things beneath the sheep gut casing. Small white dots.
Just gonna, I'm taking this with me.
Sounds good.
Is there any other tainted, or was this kind of like there?
This looks like the last of what's there. But you won't find anything else. Are you doing anything else before you leave the house?
I'm going to use Auspex, specifically Vision, and just rip this open and see what's going on with this.
As you rip it open, you are going to see that these little flecks are about the size of like chia seeds. And one of them, a few of them, toward the edge, are broken open. And looking around in the cupboard, you can see one small, dead larva. About the size of a grain of rice, maybe smaller. You have a hunch, but where you would be would not be inside of the house to check this.
Let's go take a look at this poor child's muck outside. I'm going to yeet the sausage
Sounds good.
1,000 yards into the forest.
All right. Heading outside to look at the night soil, you see it writhing with long, translucent worms. Some of them clinging to the side of the house from where they were dumped.
I'm going to open the lockbox now that I'm out here.
You are going to find that it is still stuffed with coin.
I'm going to leave some back on their hearth.
Okay. All right. Do you do
Not
anything
being sneaky,
else?
just literally just leaving a...
Just like Santa Claus, just like leaving it in a sock.
Yeah.
Okay. Santa Bastion.
Santa takes and he gives it.
Santa taketh and he giveth away.
Bastion is the Grinch.
Yeah, he's
He's the
Oh my
king.
god.
And this is Cindy Lou Who, so that's great.
It is.
So-
It really was.
Though, could you imagine like a family that needed coal and getting coal from Santa, just being like, "Yay, yay!"
That's
Thank
how it
you,
all started.
San-
He got a
Santian-
bad rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was just trying to
Sashin.
help.
Santastian. Sebastian.
Sebastian, there we go. That's how he
great. That's
changes.
great.
Saint Bastion.
Saint Bastion, there we go. Yep, yep.
Oh, I've got a.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
anything
become an
else?
apprentice of a certain doctor back at home.
Do it. All right. So, do you do anything? Did you do anything else that night?
Suddenly aware of my own shortcomings. No. Going to creep it back.
Creep back to the pass, or
Yeah, creep back to the pass.
so you had a very successful night that kept you all in funds for quite a while. However, you weren't the only one that was contributing. Alëna, you spent an ample amount of time out there in the wind and the rain, hunting, keeping the workers fed and happy. It's honest work, unlike these coin-grubbing vampires that you are stuck working with. And it is there, along the mountain trails, that you encountered a bit of a problem. I'm going to spend a hurt them more for this, and a drama bomb. Can you do me a favor and make me an initiative roll?
Oh yeah, okay. Cool. I thought I was gonna get to do something else, but we'll do this instead.
Ooh, boy, what were you going to do?
I'm not telling you now. You spend to hurt them more. I'm gonna hurt you back.
Okay, please do. Please do. You can do your thing after this,
Maybe. We'll see.
if you want.
It has to be done at a certain point in time, so it might be something I've done at some point, but
Sounds good.
Ooh, that is a 9 on the die, which
I
gives
think
me a
you're gonna be
15.
15. You were hunting one night through the mountain pass, following a trail. However, the trail doubled back on itself, and soon you found yourself at a small boar's den. Several piglets mewed up at you from inside of the den, and there was a crunch in the underbrush behind you, which signaled that the boar you had been following had doubled back. You heard a snort behind you as the boar growled, a long, tusked beast, preparing to hunt its hunter. You have first initiative. What do you do?
I am going to draw my knife, and attack it.
Is this a
Perfect.
boar?
This is a boar.
Yep.
I've been scaring myself by watching boar videos. The algorithm picked it up for me, and where there's one, there's like 20. And I didn't realize, like, oh man, how scary they are.
They are really scary. They actually
They're
gave them,
terrifying.
they gave them their stats are too low in this, so I'm having to raise
Did you
them.
know they kill like
Fair.
10 times more people than wolves every year?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Wolves don't
currently?
need to kill people. Wolves avoid people.
It's-
Boars will seek them out.
It's why when there was that whole thing about 30 to 50 wild hogs being loose, that yes, it's funny, but also terrifying.
All right.
That's why
Let's
God
go.
invented the AR-15.
All right. So the pig is going to try to dodge, actually,
Cool.
and dodge around and gore you. So that is going to be. It has pretty low dexterity, but it's got decent athletics. So let's see. Oh, that one probably screwed me. Difficulty 6 on this. That is going to be 2 successes for me.
That's 2 for me as well.
Okay, the pig is going to dodge around the side of your blade and is going to attempt to slam into you. It's going to be a -1 dice and a +2 difficulty on this. You may try to dodge as well by taking the penalty.
Yeah. So what is the penalty again?
So it is a +1 difficulty, so we're rolling at 7 and a -1 dice.
Okay. Oh wait, and it's athletics.
Yes, and it is still dex to hit.
2 for me.
Okay, it is going to roar and charge you, but is unfortunately only going to get 1 success thanks to a 1. It's too bad because that 10 would have been really great. It is going to dive around you, and you are going to skirt basically both of you passing each other, blade just scraping along the side of its almost armored, haired flank. It is your go again. What do you do, Alëna?
Yeah, I'll go after it again.
Sounds good.
Ooh, not great. I did not get a success that time.
Okay. The boar is not going to try to dodge this time and is going to try to instead focus on just hammering you with its tusks.
Yeah.
It does not have willpower, so unfortunately, which would be great for me. But I do ever hurt them more. So let's go ahead and that's going to be that, that, and that. Would you like to make a dodge attempt?
I would, with the penalty.
Okay. With the penalty? Boom.
Ooh.
What is with all these ones?
That is 4 successes.
That is -2 successes. But not a botch. All right, so the pig is going to rush by and you are easily going to skirt around. What do you do?
I am gonna give it one more shot this way and then see what happens. But oops. Well, I'm gonna keep that.
Keep it.
That's 3 successes.
3 successes, that will hit. I'm going to say that it rushed past you hard enough that it's not going to focus on dodging.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me damage. Now, this has a slightly armored flank, so it will have... I'm going to say it has 2 dice of armor, just because it is a boar.
What would, like... It's a crude knife, but like a basic
I'd say +1.
knife. Okay.
So give me... how many successes did you get? 3?
3? Yeah, 3 sounds right.
Okay, so give me strength +3 damage.
Okay. That one's cocked. That's 4.
Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah.
1 blow drops this thing into wounded. As it lets out a squeal and you bury your knife, dragging it down the side of its belly. You can see bits of its intestines sticking out as it turns and is going to attempt to hit you, but with a wound penalty. Would you like to try to dodge?
Yeah, I'll try to dodge this one.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm switching dice.
Fair. Oh, geez, whoops.
Did you botch?
I double botched.
Okay, then you know what? That's gonna hit you then.
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay, so it'll just be a glancing hit. So go ahead and roll me stamina plus fortitude.
Okay.
So that's gonna be, you have to soak 2 lethal.
Cool. I have 7 dice.
You're gonna fail.
Oh, that is so many 10s.
God damn it.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. I only didn't get a success on 1 die.
So this pig is going to get nearly gutted by you as it runs by, and with its last remaining strength, she is going to throw her head back. And how does she hit you? And you absorb that impact. She hit you hard enough that she should have snapped your thigh bone.
I think she like hits me head on, like, and basically Alëna just braces, and it's almost like a grab the tusk sort of thing, right? So it's, you know, just straight on, like probably even knocks. I'll take the like Alëna falling down kind of thing.
I think that it knocks you over and that you grab its tusks and then are dragged underneath it as it kind of like plows with you.
100%.
Would you like to make an attack roll?
Yeah, I would like to try to bite it. So grapple
Please
first,
do.
I think.
I'm going to say that you're grapple. I'm going to spend. I have something good happens. I'm going to spend that right now to say you are grappling it by the tusks because you are hanging on.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just go to bite it.
It cannot defend at this range. Its neck's too big. So.
Yeah.
It can try to soak with its armor, though. Oh, hey! So, the first 2 successes are negated once we get to, So, how many successes you get?
Sorry, you're gonna have to go over exactly what I have to roll for this.
Sir, make me a dexterity and brawl roll at a difficulty of 6.
3.
Perfect. You're going to manage to pierce its thick hide, and the kiss is going to envelop it. And it is going to slowly sag down on top of you as its thin but flavorful, smoky blood fills your mouth. Now, I have people screaming in the private chat that you should ghoul this pig.
No.
Okay. Are you going to just drain it?
I'm gonna drain it.
Okay. Out of a pig this size, I'm going to say you can probably get about 3 points of blood.
Cool.
So enough to make up for your earth melding and your waking up.
Mm-hmm. And you said there were piglets?
There are inside of its den. You know what? Hold on one second. How big is a litter of wild boars? 4 to 8 piglets. So we'll say that there are 5 piglets.
Cool, cool. I would like to ghoul them.
Okay, these piglets are about the size of, say, like, they're slightly bigger than piggy banks.
There we go.
Yep.
There. That's a measurement that we all can live with.
Yeah. Now, I said that without really thinking it through. Will these grow anymore if I ghoul them, or no?
Usually aging is halted there, but it gets weird with animals. Chris, you have an answer
That's
for
what
this
I
from the
thought.
sound of it.
You can blood bond them without ghouling them.
Fair point, yes.
Actually, you can't do that in Masquerade because blood is blood. However,
you don't, but what you do is you give them a level 1 a blood oath rather than a level 3. Level 3 is complete ghouling. Level 1 can be broken.
true, but the ghouling happens the moment that you give them the first blood. It just means that you stop doing it after the second, third month, and then they'll continue growing.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah,
it's a little easier in
I can
Vampire
get
the
around
Requiem
it.
where you have to spend willpower as well. But yeah, totally. You can. You now have 5 boars that you have to name.
Excellent. I will do that later.
Back, bacon, Canadian bacon.
Dijon.
Dijon freeze. And what else were you planning to do during this time? Was there something specific?
So at some point during, probably actually much earlier on, but I'd be trying to do it at a quiet point, like when there's not a lot of people or these folks around.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to, what is it? So actually first I need to check how big, so I know how I asked in our private chat how big the space was that we, like the plot of land we have, and that's fair. The place where the castle thing is being built and like the front area, how big is that?
I would say it is several acres. So the pass.
Okay.
Just double checking. There is a lot of flatland up there from the looks of it. And it's kind of just like a rolling valley pass. So
Yeah, okay, I'm thinking like what would a front courtyard space, how much space would that be up there? Okay, let me put it this way. I need 400 feet of space.
easy. Yes, you can absolutely do
well,
that.
no, I want to encapsulate as much as I can inside that 400 feet of space. It's 100 foot. It's a ritual. It's 100-foot diameter in each direction. So I guess it's not 400 feet. I can't think.
So you want to encompass the you want to put the courtyard and the foundation in it?
Yeah, if I can.
So yeah, so right now you're building like the main floor of the tower. So you can easily put that at the center point of this and have it fit.
Okay, cool. I can always redo it or overlap it later, so that's fine. Cool. In which case, I would like to do my Bestill the Grave incantation as a circle, please.
Okay. How does this work?
So, Alëna, one moonless night, I think it's moonless night. Let me double check. Yeah, on a moonless night. So, I don't think it has to be like new moon. I think it can be just a stormy night if there's just no moon out. I take this mixture that I have of yarrow and oak bark and belladonna, and I start spreading it in a very large circle around all of that, and then and I'm chanting a prayer to Veles as I go, and at the end I put down a single silver coin to close the circle, and I believe then I roll. Where's my roll for that? All right, I spend a point of willpower, and then I roll my willpower, my permanent willpower.
Okay.
Difficulty of 8, and I only need 1 success to pull this off.
Okay.
Let me double check how much willpower I have.
Fair.
I have 5. I don't have this many. That's my other character. Yeah. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. All right. So what does this do?
So what this does is, until I die, this lasts for the life of the person casting it. No being can be brought back from death inside the circle. That includes embraces.
Oh, balls.
It doesn't affect anyone in return from death outside of the circle or from before it was enchanted. But they don't. There's no race. There's no anything persisting beyond death. You can't animate the bones. You can't do shit beyond death.
That's ridiculous. Okay.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah, you absolutely can.
It's
do
my
that.
one incantation I have. The actual magic I have.
So dropping your blood down there and your herbs and swearing the circle in with that silver coin. You feel the dark magics seal this area. Death eternal. Death is death here. There is no further life to be stolen. And this lasts forever. Now I need to know something.
The effects last for the life of the witch, suggesting an easy way to nullify them.
Are you telling your allies about this?
No.
Okay.
You did it not the tower. You did in front of the tower.
I included the tower. Yep.
Whoa.
Now you can embrace someone outside of this area if you know. It's not like I'm stopping. What I'm stopping is potential enemies embracing within our homeland.
Okay.
That is what I'm stopping. But you guys are collateral damage, so.
Oh, well, hopefully you guys will check in with each other if you want to embrace anybody. And Alëna would say, maybe go do it on that hill. That hill's great. Over there.
Yeah, that.
All right. So, you do that, and later, you spend your time hunting, bringing back meat. And it is on the night that you bring back that boar that you see there is a light on in and around the carriages. And Tereza is having another meeting with Clara. Bastien and Rainald, you can be close enough to overhear this if you'd like, as she says to you, "We are running out of money. The funds from Lupani and Tever and Kiosa have come. But the men have gone to Proleni on the Russian side. And they have refused. The peasants even threw stones.
Stones, you say?
Yes. They have said that they will give no more.
I don't think that is their decision.
Either way, we will be in trouble if we do not get their money. And if more caravans do not make their way through. I wanted to bring this to your attention as soon as possible.
Thank you, Clara.
May I?
Father.
Rainald.
Perhaps these people are being incited by the local rulers of the area.
Yes.
It's not like the common folk to do something so reckless when the lives of their family become on the line.
No, I think we should go and have a chat with this village. Remind them just how powerful of a force they're dealing with, and that they will not get away with throwing stones at men. That is unacceptable behavior.
And as you say that,
Isn't that right, Bastien? I know you're listening somewhere.
the thunder and lightning will crackle, illuminating your stealthy friend.
It's safe to assume that I'm nearby, looking after you.
I've come to
You know,
expect nothing else.
There are other ways besides fear. Of relinquishing coin, and you can only squeeze. You can only squeeze a stone so hard.
Yes, but if they're not done, And if some fool-headed lord is the one that is convincing,
Well, we
then
don't
I think we
want.
should investigate.
We
And
don't
then if the
want to
stone
be
is
the.
dry,
Well, we don't want to be the fool-headed lords, do we?
no.
I would not be surprised if somebody is using us as an excuse to line their own pockets.
Yes.
I do think it warrants investigation, at the very least.
Mm.
And then from that, we can decide how we want to deal with it.
Yes.
Overheard talking about funds and being low, and I perused the wealthier states of one of the towns. I did find, well, I'll just kind of reveal all my my loot, my sack of loot.
Obviously, you found someone who was had a lot to be grateful for. Good to see that wealth being spread to something else.
Well, when you ask people and make demands of people, they give you the chance. You give them the chance of saying no or holding resentment. But when things go missing, well, you have no one to blame but yourself.
I think we need to go take a little trip down. Polnock, can you go find Alëna? Get
He
her
flaps
attention.
his wings and flies off to the south.
I do have something interesting to report. There was a young girl who could see me. Even
Why
when
you
I
were-
vanished from the peasant's eyes.
Interesting.
I have never encountered this before. Holy men, scoundrels. Maybe children and certain animals can just sense us. I'm not sure what it was.
They believe, so they see. That sort of logic.
I
They've been
did.
told that it doesn't exist vampires, don't exist ghosts, don't exist. They've not been tarnished.
She was incredibly sick. I did take some of her blood in this goblet. I've been careful not to spill. And I did not drain her or hurt her. Wanted her to get better. So I gave her some of my own. I do not know if perhaps her being so close to death is why she was able to see me. But you understand the body. And I've seen you reading those illustrations of the innards of people, the workings.
Yes. Yes.
You understand the humors.
I do.
And I thought, perhaps there's something to be learned from such an odd experience. Though I suppose you would need to see her and not just have her blood.
I mean, I could see her, but I could see if I could detect anything that I'm familiar with.
I'll kneel
The
and
benefit of
hand you the
being,
goblet.
and we'll take a sip and try to detect what ails this girl.
Absolutely. Now, this is actually something that later the Tremere, or I guess about this time, the Tremere actually have a ritual to do this. So if any of you are Tremere, you could do this immediately. But what I will do is I will give you a perception and medicine roll at a difficulty of 9.
Okay, perception and medicine at difficulty 9.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Sounds good.
So many 7s.
Sevens.
I'm glad I spent the willpower, so that is 1 success. I got one other 9 in there, but a 1. So 1 success.
Tasting
total.
it, you can taste the bitterness and secretions of parasites. But that appears to be all. It tastes like, to you, the blood coagulates on your tongue and wriggles slightly on the cili.
She's
You turn
infected.
your head and spit it to the ground without even thinking. Just
Parasites. She is infected with them.
Your knowledge of the body. Would our blood help her or help the parasites? Or at the very least, it'll give her a more fighting chance?
maybe.
Or did I just
Whatever.
accidentally create something?
I mean, you probably ghouled her, but give her a month without your blood and she will no longer want to see you. It may help her, it may not, but I do not think you have actively harmed her. But I would stay away from her for a month, otherwise she may draw attention to you that you may not want. Especially if you said she's a family, she has parents. That I'm assuming you did not find. Oh, they last much longer. Okay.
Yeah, blood bonds
Oh.
last very, very long. Ghouling only lasts a month.
Right.
Blood bond in this
The
system, blood bond
vitae that
is
lasts a month.
blood bond is 12. To go down one step,
A year.
it's 12 minus their willpower rating
months.
in months.
But honestly, for an NPC, if they don't have a name, it's basically forever.
Yeah.
She has a name, but so.
She is. Never mind. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Read,
Whoop, whoop,
redo. We do.
It's okay. You're learning vampire. This is
I'm
how we
learning
learn.
vampire. I would stay away from her.
How was she able to see me?
I do not know that one, Bastien. I am not.
Rainald?
That is. I'm at a loss. Perhaps she is gifted. It might not necessarily be a bad idea to keep an eye on her and her family.
I might keep an eye on my sire is more odd than me, and his interactions with the Fae and his stories seem fairy tale-ish. But they are true. Perhaps this little girl is something more than that which can be defined. Not everything has an answer.
Might
And
be
that
providence.
hurts me to admit.
Might be providence.
We can keep an eye on her.
What does her family do for a living?
I'm not sure, but they seemed lordly, and most of this all was from... I did not completely rob them blind because of the nature of this girl.
Lady Tereza,
Yes.
is it customary in this region for people to send their children to other lords and ladies' abodes to learn from them?
Very much
Well-
so.
Perhaps in the future, this talented individual, gifted individual, might be worthwhile.
It is like you have read my mind, Father.
I'll leave that to the two of you to decide her fate.
Ah, yes.
Paul Nock will fly around you, announcing Eliona's presence as she drops off a sizable, gutted boar.
And is followed by piglets.
I see Polnock has company.
What was that?
What is what?
I thought you were speaking to me.
Yes, I said Polnock, my bird. I see he's brought company, and you've become a... I would say pack leader, but I don't know if bars are pack. Herd leader. You're a
Yes.
predator though, so herd. I don't know the exact.
It was
terminology.
hunting. We did not want to leave them to starve, but they are not
Better to bring them home as snacks, I understand.
meaty enough for them. And she'll just kind of like nod at any mortal that seems to be around.
The mortals that are around, the camera's going to pan over, and in a rare moment of levity, you are going to see Clara and Sherazina and Valeska and Rosalia all doing these kind of so cute as these little
Gets the like
piglets are
anime eyes.
as these little piglets are kind of like bumping into each other and falling over after trying to keep up with you for like probably a mile.
My heart. Oh, Yona, I know you're not a... your interests do not lie in the politics of lord and ladyship, but we may have some unrest going in one of our villages that provide access for taxes to build our tower that we are coming up on our deadline. We
Are
need
they
to go
mad
see
we're
them.
taking money?
They're mad we're taking money and stoning our men. I think we need to go have a little chat, and I think it'd be best if we all go. If you are amenable to that.
I am not surprised. But you made your bed, lie in it.
I've never made my bed in my life.
Alëna,
What?
I take it from your response that you are not intending to help us with this matter.
I don't see why you needed to steal money from them.
Oh, I believe they gave their money quite willingly to me.
I was not stealing as well.
Well, you get the most when you steal. I stole. Alëna, with me, I'll always speak plainly. Whether it's through God, whether it's through coercion, we are stealing. I'm glad that you're brave enough to call it what it is.
I don't believe that you are particularly fond of this endeavor that we are being coerced into completing. I would think that the sooner it is complete to their satisfaction, the sooner you no longer have to be a part of this. Your help and expertise would be greatly appreciated.
What have I to offer in the case of unrest? I am unrest.
Exactly.
Sometimes a greater unrest could be necessary to help settle a smaller one.
We
The
may be
biggest
having
unrest always
an
wins.
encroaching alpha. You are the alpha of this territory, and someone might be trying to piss on your property.
How big is this town that's not following through?
Probably about 10 families.
10 families? Okay. How many families could we support up here if, with Alëna's hunting?
They'd get
Not-
scurvy.
They'd get scurvy?
Because it would just be meat, right? Like, you still need, like, the vitamins from vegetation and stuff.
Is this
So-
mostly mountainous? Up
It's
here?
pretty mountainous.
Yeah.
So it's very rocky up through here, especially through the pass. It gets, like, when you get down the pass, it is much more, I don't want to say fertile. The soil in this region is very stubborn. We're talking onions, turnips, eventually potatoes. But right now, mostly onions and turnips, things like that. A little bit of wheat the further out you get, particularly to the north.
So other than the odd, like, wild apple or wild onion, there's not much going on up here.
Not much around here. Like, and what is usually being grazed on by the wild animals that Alëna is going in and hunting. That said, you might be able to bring some people up here to live.
We would just have to establish some sort of, well,
Trade network or something.
Agriculture.
trade network.
Mm-hmm. If it could be worthwhile to at least bring a couple of them if things get a little sour. Regardless, I know I in particular would feel much safer with you here with us.
Yes, you're a strong and capable hunter and
In ways that I
fighter.
am not.
Alëna, they want you to come along because you can beat people up really well.
it's true.
Alëna will specifically look at Tereza, not Rainald, and go, I will go to make sure you are not hurt. I cannot promise more than that at this moment.
Wouldn't ask for anything more.
And as you say that, you prepare for your trip down to the small village of Perlani, which we will visit right after this break. So folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Because I love her so. Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is the part of the program where we're going to talk to the chat for like 30 seconds because I got a lot I need to do tonight, and those opening scenes were wonderful, but they took a while. So, I hope everybody's doing okay. Welcome back. We should be running next week without a problem unless somebody gets hit by a car. So
Don't put that into the universe.
The universe was already hoping.
I don't need to be hit by a car, thank you.
Right?
Does anybody?
I don't need to leave my house for the first time in 2 weeks and get hit by a car.
That would be very unfortunate.
There's a handful of people that need to be.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. So speaking of which, no, not speaking of which, why would you make me segue like that? I don't know. Yeah, the poll on Patreon's really dope. I'm just going to talk about that real quick, and then we're going to hop back in the game. So if you have not joined the Patreon, I'm going to guilt trip you. I run, like, so many games, and you're not on the Patreon. Not you, Brando, you're on the Patreon. Not you, Kelowna Curd, you're on the Patreon. Not you, Lockgen, I think you're still on the Patreon. I'm sure you are. You were, at the very least. Ashwin Song, you're on the Patreon. Soul, you're still on the... But everybody else, everybody else. Except for Jen. Jen's on the Patreon. And Robin's on the Patreon. And Chris is on the Patreon. Cal.
I'm on the free Patreon as of like a couple hours ago.
That counts. Brickarius, you're on the Patreon. Laruk. But the rest of you, join the damn Patreon. If you like this game, join it. Give me $5. It's not much, and trust me, I drink a lot of coffee. You'll buy me a cup of coffee. The lavender lattes at Starbucks are real good.
If you have the funds, of course. $5 is not a lot, but it is also a lot. So if you are actually seriously strapped for cash, do not sacrifice your own money for us, please.
Yes, absolutely.
If you do have $5,
I don't want to come off like that Twitch streamer who was like, if I'm just asking for $5 or $10, and like I'm asking for 20. Have you seen that clip of that one streamer?
I saw that clip, and I'm like, if this isn't S&M related, I hate this person.
Science and math, probably.
Yeah,
but like seriously, Robin's absolutely right, and I want to make sure that's stated. Except for a couple of like behind the scenes things, everything eventually makes it out because I don't think paywalling content is necessarily a healthy practice. But if you do have the funds, it's greatly appreciated. Okay, if you do have $5 to spend, give it to me. It just feels so shilly. I hate it. But this is the creator economy.
Hey.
We're in an age of artists, right?
That's true.
Guys, we spend a lot of time. Kelly spends a shit ton of time making these games
Robin,
for
you were not at World Building Wednesday today, so you did not hear this. So, real quick, I
was gonna shill on your behalf so you didn't have to feel guilty.
Well, I want to tell you one of the things that I'm spending so much time doing. So yesterday I bought 2 more music royalty-free collections to use in game.
Nice.
It is the MP3s are 37 gigabytes of music in MP3 form. Do you want to guess how many files that is?
1,400?
5,000.
5,597.
Holy shit.
And it cost me about 50 US.
Wow.
And I have everything from sci-fi music to like country music. Do you know how hard it is to find country music for free?
Good background,
Fair.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's real hard. I've got like Happy Days music. I don't even know what that means. I've got... I'm hoping it's like sock hop stuff. I've got cartoon music. Comedy cartoons. So anyway, I'm really excited about this.
You were saying that you feel bad about shilling, but I just want to point out we just did horrible things to NPCs for money. And I also can understand that feeling. Of feeling bad trying to get money out of people.
Right. We need to build our castle, please.
Build our castle. Don't be an asshole. Build our castle.
Build our castle.
Yeah.
This castle is built by Bookwyrm Games.
For most of us, it's our first castle, okay? Not our second or third.
Right? Exactly. We are just trying to get into the market. We cannot buy our castle ourselves, so we are building it from the ground up.
If we wait 100 years...
Kickstarter.
Think of how expensive castles are going to be 100 years.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's a good investment.
It's a great investment. We're going to sell this at so much money.
So anyway, but if you want to go vote on the poll, you can just be a free member to do it. You don't have to pay anything. You do have to sign up, but whatever. It also link you to the Discord, so you'll have a Discord like thing, which is kind of cool. So with that, I did want to say though, the poll right now is looking pretty interesting. I'm gonna give you the top 5 real quick, and then we're gonna hop back into the game. So number 1. With 33 of the votes, so 10% of the vote, basically, because like 330 votes have been cast. 10% of the vote is for Mage 1999. There is no limit on the number of votes that people can have. So 1 out of 10 votes was for that, which is ridiculous. Next is Waterdeep Dragon Heist for a long campaign, because people really want Dragon Heist, because it's a good module. Maybe someday. It took us like 3 years to do Descent into Avernus before that's coming soon, so Water Heist might happen, or Dragon Heist might happen sometime down the line. And you'll never hear the end of it if Amy's in that game. She'll complain nonstop about how we're not stealing dragons.
Water Heist is an entirely different campaign, which is just about dam building.
It's true. Beavers. So then, next on the list, Hunter the Vigil Summons Season 2.
Yes!
Is on the list, which is ridiculous. I didn't think it was that popular by comparison to
I love that that's popular. I love that game.
OG Dork Tales Hunter.
OG Dork Tales Hunter. Yeah, maybe. You never know. I still need a name for that camp, or for that chronicle. That is tied with Werewolf the Forsaken Season 3. Bitches of Brewery Park Season 3. And then... the next 2, I'm going to give it to them together because I'm not going to count that together, but the next 2 are a Mage the Ascension Technocracy game, followed by our Scion Olympus University game, which is Party Monsters 2 wasn't on the list, but I'm already running a vampire game, so you know, you can always put it in the comments, see if people like it enough. Yeah, so,
I voted for Fallout.
Did you vote for Fallout? I mean, it's there. Like, do you want to set the world on fire?
I do.
I like my comment on Blogg's comment, and that's gotten a few votes. Section? What?
You vote for the Kelly gets a night off option?
Yeah, and it's gotten a few likes.
I just thought that these would be rotating.
Yeah, these will be rotating. These will be going into like the monthlies. But yeah, so anyway, I just thought it was really cool. I like seeing that there is like specific love for certain games that I'm like, because Hunter the Vigil, if you haven't watched Hunter the Vigil Summons, it's a legal drama about like where I rip off the plot of the show Evil. I'm not going to lie about it. It's true. That was my inspiration. I'm like, what if I did this as a Hunter game? And it's real cool. It's a police procedural and it's really great. It's only got 3 characters and they're all horrible, mostly Traz. Traz is the worst.
That actually sounds
cool. So that's really cool.
That's true.
One day I want to see Traz in a vampire game.
Right?
I want to see Traz in a mage game. I think Traz is
Speaking of a vampire.
Yeah, it's time to head back in.
Yeah. Because I just want... I love the... Let's talk to the chat, but man, I love this game more. This is such a great game.
I know. All right, so without further ado, thanks everybody who joined the Patreon, and if you can't afford to join as a paid member, please do. You'll get your name at the end of episodes. But without further ado, let's head back in to Vampire the Masquerade, the Transylvania Chronicles, here on Dork Tales. It takes a little while before you make your way into what could barely be considered a village. The houses are clustered around a central crossroad. And as you make your way in, it is dark. It is nearly 9 o'clock at night by the time you make it down the pass. Tereza.
I would like to have spent a point of blood for Ears of the Bat.
Okay. Sounds good. You may. Is anybody else spending anything before you are in the town? You have off specs on Bastien. All right. Now the houses here are very humble. Many of them have thatched roofs, and some are, they're all made of old stone or lumber. You can see that some of these houses are likely 100 years old, at least, passed down and patched up with whatever is available. In places, you can see that the stonework has been patched over so many times that the house is something of a ship of Theseus. Who knows what the original house looked like? Some of the houses looked more like lopsided bread bowls than actual houses. The area around here is poor, and you can see the rocky, knotted hillsides with ruts torn into them. Nearby, the braying of a donkey and the cawing of crows making their advances or warding off Polnock are the only sounds in the night, aside from your horses or cart. There are a few lanterns burning, as well as a tap house, a small one, barely large enough to fit a dozen men, built into the side of another house. It has a sign, old and hand-carved, with a mug of beer on it, that sways slightly in the cold evening breeze. Where are you headed?
You said that there was kind of one big central.
Yeah, there's a crossroad with several, with a smattering of houses that kind of spiral out from it. If you had to look around here, you would say that the tavern, tap house we'll say, is most likely also serves as a town hall.
Do we go to the tavern, or do we try and find the people who are in charge? They might be there.
Do you want to make me a perception and alertness roll?
I would love to do that.
I would love for you to do that.
Perfect. What is the difficulty?
Difficulty of this? If you do not have a way to see in the dark, do you have Auspex 2 or Auspex 1?
Me?
Yeah. Are you using it to see in the dark?
I mean, with the Ears of the Bat, I have a -3 to all hearing-based rolls. I basically can see blind because of my ears.
Oh, perfect. So in that case, you are going to have a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
No, 4. Pardon me. Well, no, it'll negate darkness penalties. So 3. Yes, Rainald.
Oh, if it's standard difficulty for seeing in the dark, then 2.
2. Okay, sounds good.
Mostly because I don't want to get ambushed. I will use my Protean 1 eyes and
Okay, sounds
then roll
I'll-
perception and alertness if I can.
Sounds good. Good. Do it at difficulty 6. Bastien, difficulty 6. 3 successes. Perfect.
Does intuitive apply at all?
Intuitive will not apply.
Okay. So that's just 6 successes.
Sorry, I was holding up 3 because I have Auspex 3. When activated, Any
5
roll
for me.
related to the sense's use is decreased in difficulty by your number of dogs.
Okay, so difficulty 3. They changed aspects for this edition. I like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn at least what I can do and explain it as I go for
It didn't
for listeners
to
too.
be that.
It
That's
didn't
great.
didn't used to. Wait, does that mean? Wow. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, that's really, really powerful. They made aspects way better than it used to be in Revised. That's cool.
Wow. Do 10s explode forever if I have? Oh,
If you
I
have
don't have a
specialty.
specialty.
You
So
don't
it's
have a
only
specialty.
one. Yeah.
4 successes. All right, so we've got 4, 6. Alëna?
5.
Damn. And Rainald had 2. So as you are heading in here, you can hear the sound of boisterous laughter coming from inside of the pub. You can see that there is the remnants of a scuffle outside of the tap house. There's a bit of blood on the ground that you'll all be able to see, and those of you with higher perception rolls, basically everyone but Rainald will smell it as you come up, as see a couple of stones lying on the ground that are caked with a bit of blood. Footprints that lead back in. You're also going to see a couple of strange things. You can see that there is an old man who's like walking a pair of donkeys through the center of town, and over by the tap house there's this rutted field, and you are going to see that there is a rather grim looking man, haggard, probably in his late 30s, you'd say, but with peasantry it's hard to tell. The nutrition's not great. Plowing a field, well, working a field with a hoe at about 9 o'clock at night. Working under the moonlight with nothing more than a simple torch that he has stabbed into the ground. Another man is wandering out and shouting at him. "Paul! Come inside! There's no more work to be done today." The man in the field waves him off and continues trying to hoe. "Bloody imbecile," the man says as he turns around and leaves the worker in the field. As he sees the lot of you near the crossroads, he blanches a bit. "Evening?"
Evening.
Hello,
Can I help you with something?
my child. Why does that man till at this hour?
He is an imbecile, father. He is touched. He works for food and continues to work and work until he falls asleep in the field sometimes. Bits of mania. At least he's not drooling this time.
Why do you work so hard?
We work so hard because we are a poor village. We are barely surviving. My lady may likely not understand such plight being as wealthy as you are. Can I help you?
Yes.
Do you seek directions away from town?
No, actually, I'm here to inquire about a disturbance that happened here.
No disturbance
Earlier.
inside of Pralani, my lady. So say I.
I would like to reach out with my song of Serenity.
Okay, go ahead. He has a willpower of 5.
Okay.
He's actually very stubborn. You know what? He has a willpower of 6. I'm spending a hurt them more.
Oh, all right. So it is manipulation plus empathy. I'm gonna spend a willpower. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. And you only need 1, right? Or do you need to reach his willpower? No, it's difficult to reach his willpower.
No, it's always a difficulty of 7, but it's an extended action requiring successes equal to the victim's willpower dots.
Okay, so he will start to sway slightly as you reach out. There's no disturbance here. Ruffians.
Yep. Ruffians
came to the town and tried to accost our men.
You see, ruffians. Those ruffians belong to me, and you're right, I am rich, and I am a lady, and I take good care of my people. I could take care of your village if you're willing to cooperate. I'm switching to intimidation on this roll now, manipulation, intimidation.
All right, go ahead. You're going to be at a difficulty 6.
7.
It's
always 7. No, the difficulty is always 7 for the.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
Serenity.
using an intimidation roll.
No. I mean, I'm still doing the second action of like the extended. This is the continuing to roll.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead.
So that's another 3 successes. So I'm at 5 out of 7.
Okay,
It doesn't
5.
say how long it can go. It just says it's an extended action.
Yeah, that's fine. He's
Okay.
going to start to waver a little bit. No. We are collective. We are a commune here. We work for the betterment of each other. You are not our lord. We are free people. And we do not accept the rule of some impudent blue bloods.
And I didn't accept filth hurting my men.
I'll show you filth. And he is going to try to pick up a stone from the ground.
Okay.
Halt.
And okay, go ahead and make me that roll.
Can I make my other roll too?
Wait, let Rainald do his first, because you've been doing a bunch.
Fair.
Right, he said it was his willpower was 6.
His willpower 6.
All right, so 4s.
Okay.
2.
2. All right, he will stop as he is about to pluck a large circular stone from the ground to pelt you with. And as he does, before you can do anything else, you are going to see the large man from the field loom forward.
Perhaps.
And take a couple of steps and mutter, "Field is asleep. I sleep too." And is going to kind of drunkenly plod past you. A bit of spittle stuck to his stubbled chin. Oh, pardon me, his bearded chin. He's quite heavily bearded.
If these people have no leader, perhaps we can... There's a council or something that we can talk to. However, sir, perhaps violence might not be the best idea if you wish to maintain some of your independence at this juncture.
Will, Tereza, you may use it now. He tries to resist your halt. The corded muscles of his neck rise up.
I would also like to just slightly interpose myself between Tereza and this man. Not enough so that she's fully blocked, but so that I can get in the way of a rock if I need to.
That's
Sounds
another
good.
2 successes, so that is 7.
7. All right. He will just sag to the ground and start looking, and the bearded man will stop. Paul, the one who is tilling the field, and will turn back and say, Laszlo, I'll come back tomorrow. Yes, Paul. Come back tomorrow, he says with a broken, defeated voice. The imbecile will turn and wander off past the crossroads towards wherever he plans to sleep.
Who is your leader? Who makes the decisions?
We are a council. We all have a vote. There are 4 of us. I am Laszlo. There is also Tomas, the baker, Ferenc, a landowner, and Janos, who is the cobbler. They are drinking. I meant to be drinking with them, but I had to leave to check on Paul.
A
Why don't you
perfect
take
time
us?
to introduce us, don't you think, my lady?
Of course, Bastien, that is a wonderful idea.
Would you like me to introduce you
I would like that
once we
very
arrive?
much.
Your new friend seems pleasant.
Yes.
He looks up at you with weak, drunk, defeated eyes.
Let's go get you that drink, good sir.
Yes. Do you head into the little tap house?
Yeah.
I stay well, either right at the door or just inside the door.
Alëna, could you do me a favor and make me a perception and occult roll?
Oh, yes. Does this have anything to do with vampire lore?
No, it doesn't. It has to do with paganism.
Oh, fair. Difficulty?
Difficulty of 8.
That's 2.
So, you are going to notice as you walk in, or as you walk by the door at the very least, you are going to see carved into the dust and mortar above the door is a symbol of the Kolovrat, the Slavic or pagan sun, a spinning wheel. Later, this would be co-opted into a much nefarious design. But in this day, it still has its positive significance of a spinning wheel with spoked, right-angled edges. And with those successes, you'll also notice that there is nothing Christian here. There is no church. There is no chapel. There are no crosses anywhere. Honestly, this is the most at home you've felt in quite a while. Inside of the tap house, it is roughly about 20 feet deep by about 30 feet wide in this room, most of which is taken up by storage, a few ramshackle stools, and a long bar with a thick-waisted woman working behind it. Pockmarked scars all around her face and throat, and a pair of heavy breasts dangling over a stained apron. She's laughing with a pair of men sitting at the edge of the bar. There's only about 5 in here. And as you push in, she coughs under her breath and turns away to grab something behind the bar, or perhaps to just hide herself from you. A couple of the men at the end of the bar, hunters from the looks of them, give you a look. They were perhaps doing some evening or night hunting, and you can see that there are a couple of dead fowl half stuffed into a sack on the floor. A duck, maybe? In the corner, a young boy is playing some type of stringed instrument poorly. He's perhaps about 12. But at the other end of the bar are 3 men. One with a large bald spot working its way into his crown and knobby fingers, like he's used to handling small nails and hammers. Another thick, fat man, his hair long and tied at the nape of his neck. There's no hair on his forearms, but the rest of him is very bushy, as if he's used to reaching into something very hot. And, finally, a very prim man, almost underfed, wiry, with a large Adam's apple sticking out of a sinewy neck. Steel gray hair and deep-set blue eyes. That might have been handsome 30 years ago, but this man's pushing 50. The place goes quiet as you enter, and the music stops.
Oh, it seems that I didn't need to blow a horn or whistle. Joyous Advent in this establishment at this time of night. I proceed to grace you with Lady Tereza Dinescu's presence. And Bastien will flourish, and I assume that she has her men at her side, like they would have come along too. It's not just us.
Did you bring Dominic?
Yeah, for sure Dominic would have been
Okay,
coming,
so
not
Dominic
Clara,
is
but
there, and
I'll step aside alongside them.
you will listen to what the lady has to say, Dominic says, in a deeper voice than he normally speaks for emphasis.
please do not stop the music on my account.
Yes, lady. The boy begins playing again, but it's awkward and halting.
I'll give him a hand.
Tereza will walk up to the 3 gentlemen that Laszlo, I'm assuming, points out.
Laszlo stumbles in front of you as you kind of like pull him in and will gesture to them. My friends, the lady wishes to speak with us.
Good evening.
How can we help you? The scrawny man says. Lady Dinescu.
I think you should be asking how I can help you.
How can you help us then?
I can help you with protection, with trade. But not when you stone my men, and I would like to come to discuss what issues you have, because apparently you have sent a quite clear message, and I do not appreciate what you've done. Yes.
Yes. You're the ones who sent those peasants here to rob us.
Yes, and who threw the first stone?
Who threw the first stone? Where? It is our man here. He smacks the large baker, Tomas, on the back. Tomas turns and stands up, and damned if he isn't nearly 6'2". A giant in this day and age. He puts his hand on the bar to brace himself as he stands up and kind of leers. Yes, I did it. With this
Why?
very... What do you say?
I said why.
Because no one takes from us. And as he says that, there is a little glitter of motion to your right, and a loud thunk sound as Dominic takes a step forward, and suddenly there is a longsword half embedded in the bar where the man's wrist is. There is a meaty thump as the hand falls to the ground. And the baker barely has a moment to register before he begins hyperventilating, holding his hand. Everyone else is going to just stop. Once again, the music will die.
I don't think he was free of sin before he cast that stone.
I'm going to pick up the lute and continue playing.
Bastien, you absolute maniac. I love you so much.
Dominic will take a step back, shake the blood off of his longsword. My lady.
Tereza will do a curt nod to him.
Some of the other men begin reaching for knives or their bows. What do you all do?
No. We don't have to come to this.
Make me a manipulation and intimidation roll, please.
Can I do anything to assist that, considering I'm kind of hulking in the doorway, looking fierce, and
I will
also
say
have my
yes.
eyes?
I will say yes, and I will actually say Bastien. Also, I want manipulation and intimidation rolls from all of you. Robin, wait to roll. So, Bastien, Alëna, Rainald, go ahead and make those rolls, and your successes will add dice to Tereza's pool.
Cool.
So this is intimidation?
If you'd like to, yes.
All right.
How about performance?
No, it's your creepy factor we're going with here.
I think Bastion's really creepy, but I don't have any intimidation.
Huh. Expression.
Yeah,
Maybe I should.
So,
Should.
again, confidence and eyes of shadow.
Yep. Going for sixes.
So that will be 4 successes to aid Tereza.
1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Tereza, just roll your pool. I'm just going to add all the successes together at this point. Because I have
What's my
something good
difficulty?
happens.
6?
6.
Okay, that is 3 successes.
Okay. Can you what, Rainald?
Oh, all good.
That's okay. The skinny man lurches forward with his hands up and tries to bandage or at least tourniquet off the baker's hand. We don't want violence. We have a very particular way of living here. We just want our freedom to live the way we are. Your lady. My lady.
I'll look over at Tereza and like, they do have, if it is such a communal place, it's probably living a lot more of a holy life than many people in the city do. Seems like they're taking care of one another. It would be a shame if this kind of way of life doesn't get the adequate protection it needs to maintain itself. Protection that I believe you could provide them?
Yes, I could. Protection, I would be most.
What do you need? What do you need from us?
Just a small tithe. Taxes coming and going for goods entering and leaving your lands.
My lady.
Yes.
Rainald's gonna kind of move close. Perhaps a city like this with such hard workers as that man on the field might be able to assist us in other ways. To maintain their way of life, of course, without too much oversight.
Yes. And if funds are of hardship, I could always do with such devoted workers like your friend out in the field earlier today.
Yeah, I'm sure we could send someone up to help with your labors.
That would be most grateful.
Mercy is a virtue. And you are most merciful to these people who assaulted your men.
Laszlo, his eye still broken by you, Tereza, will reach down, pick up the hand, and say, Thomas, you dropped this. And will set it on the counter, and then lay his head down like a child taking a nap in school.
Out of character, if I reattach his hand, would they go ape shit?
Good chance.
Would I know? There's a chance. or they would worship me forever.
What do you want to do?
Well, you do have a priest here.
I do.
God has no place here.
I know the pagan.
Well, they have powers. They believe in higher powers, don't they?
Do you want to?
I do want to, actually.
Then
I would
do
love
it.
to reattach his hand. Yeah, no. I'm going to. I'd love to reattach his hand. Tereza's going
go
to
ahead.
pick up his hand and be
Spend
like...
a blood point.
Mhm.
And make me a Dex and Bodycrafts roll.
Well, I'm
Perfect.
curious, what you're going to say.
I am, but I want her to roll first so that I know whether or not she manages to do it.
What's
I'm
my...
hilarious
my
if you botched.
difficulty is...
Your difficulty-
let me see what her difficulty is. It is...
I'd say that it's probably 8, given the fine motor work that you're repairing.
Yeah, that's difficulty 7 to inflict damage.
Spend willpower.
Spend
Yeah,
willpower.
I'm going to.
It's
Don't worry, I'm
easier
not.
to inflict damage than heal damage.
Kills the
Okay, another
priest.
person's appearance or voice. The reception is difficulty 8. Desired change is difficulty 6. But if you want to make the difficulty higher, that's fine.
I'm gonna say it's 8 because it's replacing like you're rebuilding a hand with all the tendons and stuff.
Yeah,
So this
okay.
will take. This will take some work.
Yep, I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
Which I am very glad I did because I rolled a 1 in there. So 2 successes.
2 successes is enough that like he might not have he's luckily it was his left hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna roll to see if he was left-handed. One moment. So 7 or higher, or 8 or higher, he's left-handed. He was not left-handed.
But back then, he probably wouldn't have really noticed.
Fair.
Yeah.
So what do? You have enough to do it. It's not going to be quite as dexterous as it once was, but it is a functional hand. It is now just a clumsy hand.
Tereza's going to, she didn't notice their kind of paganism, did they? It was just Alëna.
Isn't it
Make me a
obvious
perception.
or no?
It's like not inobvious, but anybody here can make. Why don't you all make me a perception and a call roll?
Okay,
If you have a cult.
I do.
Difficulty 8 again.
Difficulty 8, yeah.
Wow, 3 successes.
Okay. You are going to notice that there is a lack of Christian symbolism here, or symbols here, and as well you will notice that spoked wheel. A couple of them are wearing it as a necklace.
Mm-hmm. She will grab his hand. Putting it to it, she will put her hand on his, like, the connection where the wrist and the hand meet.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to just say, you will find that our beliefs are not so different, our communities are not, and through that we can have a much beneficial relationship, and I can provide the protection, for I, along with my knowledge, am gifted and will
You
sew his
merge
sinew
the
and bone
flesh back together with your fingers like it was putty. And the men in the room and the woman behind the bar are all going to freeze in place. Some of them gasp, some of them say prayers to gods that you don't necessarily recognize. But they will be on the verge of panic. And they will promise you anything you want. Your victory is assured. And soon enough, you have exactly what you wanted out of this. They pledged their support and even offered to send some men, to send money within the next week, within the next 3 days if you push them, and agree to send some people immediately to you. A successful night. And soon, you depart. And find yourselves making your way back up the Tehuta Pass. Now, are you taking horses or a carriage? Just for my background audio. Probably a wagon.
Probably.
If it, yeah.
Probably a small wagon. We've probably secured maybe
Except
like an
for
open top.
Alëna, of course.
Yeah. Alëna's running beside, but
That's good. You're making your way up the winding pass. The success of the night filling you with a great sense of confidence. Dominic walks alongside the cart. My lady, I hope that I did not overstep myself.
you did. But it worked in the end.
I just wanted to make sure that to follow the lessons that you gave me about shock and awe. The power of a gesture.
The power of a jester?
We do have one of those.
As you're rounding a bit of wood. Bastien, you make that joke. And then suddenly your head sears with pain. And you become nauseated. The hairs on the back of your neck, Bastien, stand up, and you become immediately aware that there is something bad coming your way.
Is this the similar feeling? My friend there's a demon upon us.
And as he says that, a figure staggers out of the tree line, thrusting his exposed self back into his breeches, as it looks like he just had taken a shit by the side of the road. With your dark sight, you'll recognize the bearded man, the idiot from the field, who staggers up, drunkenly half asleep, to the front of the cart, about 20 feet away from you. You, he points. Tain't got no shadow.
It is dark, sir. I do not know what you're talking about.
I saw near the field. You ain't got no shadow. And you smell like the worm. And with that, I need an initiative roll.
Oh no.
The man swells as his muscles rip through the flesh. Fur descends down his body, and he warps and grows to a height of 9 feet.
Oh, is this a town of werewolves? Oh no.
They prefer to be called lupines. Oh, you know what? Good for
And
you.
In this system, it's not the werewolves, because the werewolves would be far too powerful. But it is lupines.
Actually, I had Chris make sure that I had a copy of Dark Ages Werewolf for this.
Fair.
Oh.
Thank you, Chris.
I mean, but the system itself doesn't have werewolves, as in Werewolf the Apocalypse. Like, you might be using that, but
I might be
the
using
system
that, yeah.
itself calls them lupines.
Okay, so out of this round, I'm going to say that Bastien is not surprised.
I do have a specialty in alertness for wilderness.
Okay.
So I don't know if I would have gotten a chance, because
So
I'm...
I want everybody here who's looking at this to make me a willpower roll. Difficulty of 7.
Current?
Actually, wait.
Or full?
That's a great question. I'll say a current willpower roll, difficulty of 7.
Oh boy. Hey chat. I have 2
Okay.
willpower left. I botched my willpower roll.
Okay, so you
that
were
will
going
be
to
a 4.
4 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. Tereza, you're going to be caught off guard. Can you please roll me initiative for Dominic?
Oh, Dominic and Polnock just goes on my turn.
That sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, what is... Oh, where are the stats for Dominic?
So Dominic has a willpower of 4.
Okay, perfect.
Alëna followed by wits.
What? Dominic got 3 successes on his willpower roll. Go Dominic. For rolling initiative, I just have like the Armiger dice pool. So do I just add that number, or what should I do for that?
So just roll a d10 and tell me what you get. Add 3 to it. Chris, what did you get on your? So you have an 11 for initiative. You have 11 for initiative, and 8. There it is. Okay. Okay. So Tereza, Rainald, then Bastien. All right, let's do it. The man swells in front of you, growing into his full height. Alëna, you are going to be able to act this turn. What do you do?
Excellent. I spend a point of blood for claws, and I spend 2 other points of blood into physicals, and then I launch myself.
That sounds great. Do it.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta make sure I've actually recorded the number of blood I spend. Okay.
Okay.
Do that.
He is going to make a defensive roll. Actually, no, he's not. He's not. Bring it.
And I'm gonna spend a willpower. Nah. Come on, sheet. There you go. That is 4 successes.
Okay, give me a strength plus 4 in ag. Okay, so in this form, how many soak dice do I have? Ooh, quite a few. Okay, cool. My dice were saving themselves for marriage, apparently.
That is 5 successes on damage.
5 successes. Beautiful. Okay, so in this form, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, raking your claws through, you are going to get a perfect gut. However, his flesh is incredibly hard, and as you scrape across with your claws, you will leave a deep gouge under his ribs, but not the disemboweling strike you thought. He soaks 4 of them.
Nice.
All right, anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, so he is going to turn snarl and roar in your face and is going to make an attack roll against you. This is going to be, you may choose to dodge at the -1/+1. So that is going to be Dex, and then Brawl. Cool. Are you attempting to dodge?
I am attempting to dodge with 3.
Okay, I have 5.
Nice.
So, okay, so please make me a Fortitude soak roll. This is going to be, my strength is...
Is it just fortitude or is it actually stamina?
It's just Fortitude. This is all ag.
That's what I thought.
Okay. One, 2, 3.
I soaked 2.
Okay, you are going to only take 1 point of... Oh, wait, pardon me, Claws had 1. You're only going to take 1 point of aggravated damage as he slashes deep across your chest. And then I believe those go at the end of the round. So, because celerity actions do, that's what I'm going to say happens. Tereza, it is your turn. What do you do? Oh, pardon me. Tereza, you're going to be stock still, frozen in this moment. However, Polnock is not, and is Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
He is frozen?
Mm-hmm. No, Dominic also got like 3 on his willpower roll.
Then what would Dominic do?
Dominic would definitely he has brawl, ride, and archery. He'd probably archery. He'd probably whip out a bow and shoot.
Okay, sounds good. He can spend a point of willpower on this.
He doesn't have a
Oh,
thing
yes, he
for
doesn't have willpower.
no, but
so
what
in
does
that case,
potence do again?
automatic damage on strength. So if he went in with his weapon, he would get more damage.
Okay, he'd probably do that.
Okay, then go ahead and make me an attack roll with his melee.
Okay. It's just dice pool of 6, right? So that just means I roll 6.
Dice pool of 6. Yep.
Yeah.
So you're going difficulty 6?
Uh-huh. Do 10s explode with ghouls? I'm guessing not.
Not unless he does not have a specialty.
No, he doesn't. He literally has like 3 things. So
if you buy him up, he might have a specialty.
Oh, okay, good to know. It's gonna be 2 successes.
2 successes, all right. So, does he have a strength score separate from...
No, it's just Larry Dominic, Arminger, 2 dots, dice pool 6, brawl, ride, and archery.
Okay, so what that's going to mean is that if his dice pool 6, well, we'll just assume that his strength is included there. So roll me 5 dice of damage and add 1 automatic success.
Okay.
So it'll be 3. Basically, I'm going to say your successes are his strength into this, and then we'll add +3 for the sword, because it is a long sword.
So that will be, including the 1, is gonna be 3 total.
3 successes. Okay, 1 sec. Let me see if I soak this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oh, you know what? For his trouble, Dominic actually is able to do a point of lethal damage.
Yes.
Actually, we were allowing ones to ones removed from soak. We agreed on that, but you can't botch.
I believe so.
I think so. I just can't botch a soak roll.
Okay, then he did 2 points because I actually failed my soak. Or no, I didn't. I got 1 success on my soak.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous given what my pool is. So how does he hit this thing?
I think he sees Tereza stock scared, brandishes his sword like the good little soldier that he is, and like does the like running stab forward, where it's just like he runs in and does like plants his front foot and then just and like stabs into it's like 9 feet tall, so like
yeah,
like abdomen, mid stomach kind of area.
Beautiful. Okay. And does Paul do anything?
Fuck yeah. Polnock's going to
Go for the eyes.
Yeah, I would love for him to go for the eyes to try and blind him. For Cole.
Make me an attack roll at difficulty of 8 because they are very small eyes.
Yeah, so would that be Dex and Brawl?
Dex and Brawl.
Okay. Perfect. And then, because I'm using stats of a bird for this, he actually does have a willpower level, so I would like to spend a willpower on that.
Weird, but okay.
Right? Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so Dex and Brawl.
All right, I'm going to preemptively roll to soak.
Yep.
I don't think he does it. I'm going to be honest with you.
With 8?
I don't think he's going to have enough damage when this is all said and done.
Oh, that's fair. That is 4 successes.
Oh, maybe he will. What's his base damage for a beak?
2 dice lethal. Bite is 1 die lethal.
Okay, so go ahead and you said you got 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll me 6 dice of lethal damage.
Nice.
And just so you're aware of why I gave you 6, it was one for the bite. You got 3 additional successes, and then I gave you 2 more because of the increased difficulty to the eye. So I counted those as damage dice once you hit.
Oh, very nice.
So
that's
basically
gonna
a target. How many?
4.
I soak.
Damn it.
He scratches his eye, and the wolf howls. I got 5 dice. I got a lot of 10s on that.
Nice.
But great job on the bird. Rainald, it is your turn.
Rainald is going to back up, spend for celerity,
Okay.
and then I think this is a bad idea because I don't think Alëna is going to listen to Rainald, but Rainald is going to use leadership and tactics and basically try and help Alëna out by giving her a difficulty break on her next action, as long as it's in line with that. So anything that has anything to do with getting the fuck out of the way of an attack or hitting, Rainald's like left, right, like kind of like cheering her on in the background. And
what are you using to do this?
It's leadership and charisma.
Okay.
I imagine this is like Rocky's pouch.
It's called tactics. It's a maneuver in the book in combat. So let's see what's going on here.
If it makes sense, Alëna will listen.
Yeah, he is trying to give you legitimately good advice. So, Alëna, for my first action of the round, your next 2 actions that you take, if they're within the hit it now or get the fuck out of the way kind of thing, are at -1 difficulty.
Oh, nice. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is your first action, and then your celerity actions happen at the end of the round.
Yep.
Okay. So Bastien, it's your turn. What do you do?
All right. I think. Well, I'm going to quicken my string. And I think that was up to 3 points. Or I could spend 3 blood to increase it for the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And that's reflexive, so during the chaos, I think I'm going to try to slip out of sight of him in the tree line somewhere.
Sure. I mean, you could easily just
it.
hop behind the carriage or the wagon.
Yeah, let's do that. Or deeper into the forest if that's closer to behind it.
He's kind of like right on the road.
Right. Okay, I'll wait until I can get closer to behind him.
Okay.
And
So you'll buff, you'll move, and you'll maneuver for the next turn.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then in this case, all right, then it is my round because I'm going into rage actions. Alëna, one of them's for you, and the other one's for Dominic. The
Cool.
one for you, Alëna. Let's.
He really doesn't like it. Huh?
So let's see. That is dexterity.
Look out!
It's true.
Keep your arms up, kid.
But I'm not able to like dodge or anything, right? Because it's extra actions that I don't have the speed for.
That there is no extra defense if you didn't plan for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Okay, cool.
And I have
So
no
you
way
can
of planning for this.
You can still soak though.
Yes.
All right. So that is a definitive hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I got
3,
3 on my soak. All 3
Ooh.
of my soak dice were successes.
Yes, Tereza.
I know Tereza was stunned. Does that mean I cannot spend? I was just thinking, could I have done the blood pool, the blood stuff to boost my physical stats?
No,
or
because you botched.
Cap, cool.
Oh boy. How many did you get, Jen?
3.
Okay, you're gonna take 4 levels of aggravated damage
Ow.
as this werewolf rips into you so hard he's gonna spin you off your feet and is going to snarl at the blade still inside of him, grab the blade, and bring his claws down on Dominic. That is going to be... Oh, Dominic, did not get off easy. Okay, well, that one might have saved his life. Okay, that is fantastic. So that's only 4 successes, which means that that is +3, plus claws, plus that. How many health levels does Dominic have?
I have to figure out where the revenants are again. I forget which book they're in. Because I just have the
I
little.
believe he has
blurb
either
of what they
4
are.
or 5 health boxes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I was gonna say 4 or 5.
Okay, so here is the deal. Dominic is going to stab into this monster. The monster is going to grab him by the blade and is going to rake his claws up, hitting him in the stomach and tearing his armor completely off. Dominic is incapacitated.
Okay.
He just took 4 points of aggravated damage and destroyed his armor.
Okay.
And as that occurs, the werewolf in all of its glory is going to snarl down at Alëna and say, "More pain." And I would like a frenzy roll from Alëna, and I would like a frenzy roll from Tereza.
It's what, your current willpower? Or
No, it is your self-control.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Tereza, yours is at a difficulty of 9. And Alëna, yours is a difficulty of 6.
Does that
Yay.
include my
Yes.
my +2? Okay.
I added +1 because this is a favored companion.
Yeah. Yeah, I failed.
Okay. You are going to enter frenzy, which means you do not suffer wound penalties, and you're gonna have fun. Alëna.
Yeah. I also frenzy.
Frenzy
Okay.
fuzzies!
Yay!
Can you send me that chart again, please?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I can.
Okay. Now we are in. Chris. You have another action with celerity.
Yeah. I'm gonna back up and throw a rock at it.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Okay. Make me a dexterity and athletics roll.
Dexterity and athletics. All right. Oh. Two successes.
2 2 successes. Okay, roll me strength plus 2.
Strength plus 2. All right. You know what?
And potence works.
Let's spend for potence.
Okay.
So that will be...
Oh, and actually, Tereza, Dominic would have had to spend a point of blood for that auto success for potence in this edition. So we'll just say he did.
3?
Okay.
No,
3?
sorry, 4. 4.
Oh, that's so cute.
4 with my rock.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm proud
David
of you.
and Goliath, this shit.
Oh my god, you actually got 1 point through.
Yes,
Indeed.
David and Goliath.
Oh, that's so good. All right, so your rock is going to slam against his skull, drawing a trickle of blood. And I want to point something out, Tereza. As you see Dominic torn almost in half like that, you are going to look down and see these are not wounds he can heal from. Ghouls can't heal aggravated damage with blood. Not like you can. Even that takes days of rest.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way to save his life if he takes even a single more point of damage.
Also,
Top of the
the only-
initiative!
he's alive momentarily, is what you're saying.
He's alive momentarily.
Because aggravated for mortals, isn't that like losing an arm?
Yeah, he basically was...
Specifically, I actually, because I have it up in the book right now, it does say that mortals treat aggravated wounds just like lethal wounds. Aggravated is specific for supernatural,
Mm-hmm.
according to this. But I mean, we'll do whatever. But I just had it up because I was looking to see how long it would take me to
So
heal.
aggravated is like symbolic or magic. That's why your claws and our fangs do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why when we bite, it's egg, but if we use
Yeah.
a sword, it's lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always change that because
Oh.
mages can take aggravated damage, but they have a supernatural component, so...
You
Yeah.
think
like
they use
ghouls?
magic.
But he's a ghoul, so it's kind of weird.
Magic.
So anyway, whatever. It's fine. Basically, he's fucked. Top of the initiative, Alëna.
Oh yay! I frenzy. What fun! I did send you the chart, by the way, so we can figure that out later. And how do called shots work again?
Basically, I'll add to the difficulty, and if you succeed, it'll add to the damage dice automatically.
Cool. And in frenzy, I don't take wound penalties, right?
You do not. You don't give a shit about wound penalties.
Excellent. But I do give a shit about killing this bastard. So, let's see here. Okay.
And
I spend 3 blood to bump my physicals again.
sounds good.
Because that's in service of making me more deadly. And
Yeah,
I'd like
I
to
think
do a
that's
cold
fair.
shot to his throat.
Okay. So we'll say that's a +2. Yeah, that's probably a +2.
Okay.
So it'll give you 2 extra points of damage if you hit.
Yeah. Oops. Nope, I hit with that one first. Plus those. And because I don't have to negate wound penalties, I'm going to spend a willpower to try and kill him.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, I do have a hurt them more.
Well, that's 4 successes. If my difficulty was 9.
Okay.
I did roll 2 6s, but I know my difficulty has gone up, so 4.
4. Okay, so please roll me strength plus 1, 2, 3, strength plus 6.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a lot.
And 1 more. Yeah, I picked a tender spot.
You did. Oh, fuck. So I spent a hurt them more to reroll my failed dice, and I countered everything with 1s that I succeeded on. So that's fun. Okay. Oh, but at the beginning of the round, he would have healed that at least. So...
That is 9 aggravated damage. to his throat.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend
Fuck
another
you.
hurt them more. Good jorb. Good jorb.
Wow, 9.
That's Rainald in the background. Good job.
Oh, Jen,
Yeah,
your difficulty would have been 7 because of Rainald.
I only rolled 6s, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. And did you include the willpower in your successes?
Oh, I didn't. No, that was one more.
So you have 1 more dice of damage.
Cool. Yay. That was 13 dice for damage, by the way.
One more dice or one more success?
1 more die of damage.
I did not
But that could
succeed
be-
on that, so it's still just
Okay.
9.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. That is a hell of a hit. And with aggravated damage, he is going to soak about half of that. But you are going to punch through, and I had to spend 2 hurt them mores for that, just so you know, to get him there. My first one didn't do
Yeah.
anything, because his first roll only soaked 3 ag. You are going to rake across, you are going to puncture the side of his jugular. Blood is going to be spewing out of his throat, and he is going to snarl and is going to take another swipe at you. Now, were you planning a defensive action?
I'm in frenzy.
You're in frenzy, that's fair. Yes, and I'm giving you your first mental, first mental flaw.
Cool. Yeah.
So you will gain pack mentality
Oh,
if you
yay.
survive this.
If I survive.
If you
Hold
survive.
on, we can gain flaw from this.
She can.
Yeah. It's my gangrel
Gangrel.
clan weakness. When I
Yeah.
frenzy, I gain animal traits. It's why I
Right.
have this in the eyes.
So you are clawing
They're
him.
usually temporary.
I mean, he's got no reason not to hate you. So, let's do it. It's gonna be... Boop. Boop. Alright, here we go. Okay, make me a soak roll.
I got 3.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget, you could spend Vitae to auto-soak with Fort.
Oh, I
In this
can.
edition. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
can max
no.
out at 4.
Fuck that. I mean, I still soak 3. So.
Oh, I thought you had Fortitude 4 now.
No, I only have 3. I have
Okay.
Protean
Yeah.
4.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then my 3 successes. 3, 6. Okay, so that's that. I'm getting.
You might just
panicked.
kill me right now.
I might just kill you. Then do you want to play a Toreador next?
I put
What
so
a
much
weird
time and effort into
transition
this
that would
costume.
be.
So I'm just want to know for like
Yes.
rules, and I don't want to know because you're using a hurt them more to attack again. Yes, right?
No, it's his turn.
No, he just
He has initiative
gets
over
that.
No,
Also,
I
there-
thought Alëna went and then Alëna, or no?
you.
No, I went
he
and then he
has-
did.
Alëna,
Oh.
Tereza, Rainald, Bastien.
Yeah.
he
Okay.
gets to
Cool.
go multiple times.
Yeah, he spends points of
Mm.
rage, and he gets extra turns.
Oh, cool. Sorry, no, I'm not like, oh, did you miss my turn?
Just
I'm genuinely curious what was going on because this is different than like
It's a
D&D and stuff.
werewolf power.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Where like
Um,
vampires can do celerity.
How many health
uh,
boxes do you have left, Alëna?
3.
I shit you not. You take 2 ag. I rolled ones, is what it is. I rolled 4 10s, and they all rolled over, but I only got 5 successes, and you got 3 soak. So he is going to just backhand you, and that's gonna be his round is scratching you, almost dropping you to death. Tereza, it is your turn. You're on the front of the wagon, about 6 feet from him, 10 feet from him at this point. What do you do?
Cool. I'm gonna put some blood into Dix.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a point of blood to Fleshcraft, and I'm gonna.
You're in frenzy. You can't rationally think enough to do that. Frenzy means you are just going to try to rip him apart and destroy him. I'm allowing you
I
to
think
spend
you
blood to
can
buff.
quickening. Yeah, I think you can quickening because it's instinctual. But I think the non-physical disciplines are more difficult to control.
Like you would have to like think to do it, and your brain is off. You only want to kill.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
You would much more likely see. This is why when you eventually switch to instinct, then you ride the wave and are in frenzy while in control. It's the best. Honestly, what you would
I think because
do,
you the first time you let me do that, so that's why I was in my head.
I think it's because I was.
Is there partial control? Because I think you passed a willpower.
You can spend a point of willpower to control yourself this round, but that'll be your willpower expenditure.
That's fine. I would like to do that.
Okay. So how many actions are you doing this round? You're doing
Just the one. Just the one.
So you're just growing the. You're just doing.
No. I'm making a grapple check to inflict his ribs inside of his heart.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Okay. So spend a willpower to do that, please. And okay, so make me the roll.
Yep. It's strength and bodycraft. I was reading the wrong line there, so I would have reflexively put into strength because that was a Robin reading a bad line, not Tereza. And I'm gonna make a strength and grapple roll, difficulty 7. Each success is a point of lethal damage on him.
Okay. And I failed my soak roll. I rolled 4 1s.
Wow. Okay, that is.
I haven't heard some
6
more. I'm gonna reroll that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's better.
6. Plus 3 is 9.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, how'd you do? So each success is an automatic point of lethal damage?
Yep.
Okay.
7.
Okay. You are going to see his ribs warp and bend inside of his chest, and blood is going to start pouring out of the werewolf's mouth. He's going to soak 5 of them.
You bitch.
He's still up, but your ribs are starting to tear his heart apart. Rainald, you're up.
My Polnock also trying to attack?
Oh, that's true. Paul Knock can try to do something, yes. My bad.
You would like to bite, or...
Okay.
Yeah. Or actually, no, make a claw attack, not bite attack.
Okay, make a claw attack. I will roll soak. What is with these ones?
What is my difficulty?
A difficulty of... Are you aiming for eyes again?
No, I think he's just going to try and claw kind of like just try and continue to the back, like just...
Sure. Then that is going to be difficulty of 6.
Okay. That is only 1 success.
1 success. Okay, so roll strength plus 1, or strength plus whatever the claw damage is.
Yeah.
Plus 1.
Yeah. Claws for 2, dice lethal.
Yeah, okay, so roll strength plus 3.
Okay.
Because he got 1 extra success.
That's 3 successes for Polnock. Unless 10's reroll on damage. But I don't think so.
Not unless you have a specialty.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, 3 successes for Polnock.
Did you add in Polnock's potence into that strength roll?
I did not.
Because he is a ghoul. He would have a point of potence.
All right. So
Most
I added.
likely.
Yeah. Okay. Is that an extra die?
I refuse to be felled by a bird, and I'm going to spend a point of...
It didn't add anything.
Okay, so how many... What the fuck?
3.
3?
Lethal.
Imagine, if you will.
Okay, this... describe how the raven incapacitates the werewolf. And I say incapacitate, not kill, but incapacitate.
I think Oh boy. Well, Alëna has done such a good job tearing at the throat. I think Polnock kind of goes in at that kind of huge hole that has been created from Alëna and just like continues to like claw at its throat.
Okay. It is going to just claw and start to claw and bury in. And as that occurs, I have spent... Oh, is that permanent or temporary rage? I think it's current rage that I spend. Okay, one sec. I gotta do something. The werewolf is going to grasp its throat, where the bird has burrowed into the hole that Alëna dug into it, and is going to let out a snarl, or at least it will try to, and then it will pull the bird somewhat out, and you can see the claws begin to start to go into Polnock's feathers, and then they become elongated nails. And then they become fingernails. And then a naked field worker collapses to the ground, covered in wounds, dead. Or at least incapacitated, because I botched my rage healing roll. When a werewolf is incapacitated, they can roll their rage. If they succeed... against a difficulty of 8, every success they get heals a point of bashing, lethal, or ag.
Oh.
And they go into frenzy if they heal lethal or ag with it. I botched my roll. So you got fucking lucky is what you did. I used all my hurt them mores. He is going to collapse onto the ground. And in frenzy, I'm going to say that because he is incapacitated for 1 round, you and Alëna are just going to tear him apart.
Yes. 100%.
Bastien.
100p.
What do you do?
Fuck, I probably can't stop them.
I mean, that is a monster, to be fair. Behind you and Rainald. Rainald, what are you and Bastien doing as you watch this? Tereza and Alëna, like feral animals, tear into this man, spreading his guts, his brains, his offal across the road.
Bastien, we can't do anything for him. But maybe we can help Dominic. And try...
Before they can smell,
Yeah.
Does the blood of this creature that they're feeding on...
They're not feeding, they're tearing it apart. They're not drinking.
But they are in frenzy, so... I'm going to move Dominic away from them onto the cart with... now, kind of like snap out of it and yeah, pick him up and move him away to the cart.
Rainald, what I'm about to do is not public. It is only in Bastien's head, but you will hear everything that Bastien does. Rainald, as Bastien pulls Dominic in, you can see these rents that have opened him up, perforated his spleen, his liver, his intestines. Part of his groin is completely just from basically just above the root of his penis all the way up to his collarbone is torn open like a boar. And as Bastien pulls him up onto the wagon, the horses, by the way, I forgot to mention because it's only been a few seconds, have basically panicked and fainted. The horses are going nowhere. And Bastien, as you pull him up in, parts of him fall out like an overstuffed poultry. And there is a man sitting in the back of the wagon with you. Blonde hair, a beautiful, shining face, a slight French accent. What will you do now, Bastien? He says to you. The man that looks like your father when you imagine him.
I have to try, but I'm not studied. Father, I
It's okay, Bastien.
I am
give him
weak.
some. Maybe we can give him some of our blood, and that'll help him heal.
Is this one really worth it?
Aren't all of them worth saving?
How much do you trust your friends? Your coterie. How much do you trust this one?
I have no friends.
Are you gonna help him, or?
But he is loved by someone. It doesn't matter what happens to me.
Then remember if you wish. If you choose to, go ahead and you may spend some of your blood, Bastien.
I will.
Okay, please tell me how much you are spending out of the whole of it.
Oh. Okay, so I spent 3. So I was at 5 out of 15.
So you still have 10 left?
Yes. Oh.
How much is this worth to you?
It is worth... I've seen the way Lady Tereza looks at him. We are all people of violence, and it is worth it.
Okay.
So I think as much as I can...
You can spend 9. And Rainald, as you watch Bastien, Bastien looks at this horrible damage, leans forward, and puts his bare hands on the sides of this gruesome, dripping wound. And you are going to watch a scar open across Bastien's forehead as a third eye opens with bits of mucus and bits of long, sealed over flesh parts. And a soft light emanates out, healing Dominic. His wounds vanish as if they had never been there in the first place. As you look at your companion, you see him through completely different eyes. And I think that's where we're going to call game for the night.
What? What? What?
Yeah! My favorite part about this is that now you guys have a secret and the girls have a secret.
Yeah,
It's
right?
true.
Great.
Did you guys have a good time tonight?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh my
I'm-
god.
I'm almost dead, but yeah.
You're almost dead. If only you had somebody who could heal you.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
heal eventually.
Kal, you have to spend a lot of XP now.
Oh, holy crap.
Well, wouldn't you know it? Guess it hasn't been spending XP all game.
I know,
Oh
you've been
my
banking for
God.
the reveal. By the way, everybody take 8 points of XP for the night because the chat bought you
Oh,
6
goody,
because of
goody.
purchases.
And then last week, right? Wait,
Last week was 5. So last week, the week we missed, is included in that. Yep. So that's a lot of XP.
Holy crap.
It's a total of 8 tonight, yeah.
Woo.
So yeah, hey folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I know that that werewolf was rough. That was a bone gnar, Arun, if anybody cares. And I did a lot of research on that just to make sure.
Sorry.
What?
Wait, boner. It sounded like boner. Bonar.
Bone gnar, even worse.
Yeah, I know.
He gnaws the bones,
I know.
right?
My lights just turned off automatically. Oh, must be past
It's
must be past
11:04.
11. I turned my
God.
Wi-Fi lights on. Whoops.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
turn
You
these back
messed
on.
up, girl. Hey, folks, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Transylvania Chronicles. We will be continuing next time with episode, 7? I believe it's called The Moment of Truth. Yep,
I
Moment
feel
of
like we
Truth.
had that already.
Oh, no. You guys survived
So
fighting
you
one
guys were
werewolf.
freaking out about Kal. What is the reveal? Because I didn't get the eye thing.
He has the powers of the Salubri, the clan that the Tremere ate.
Oh. Oh.
And what that means is besides there, and I would encourage everybody to go back and listen to previous episodes with Anatole. Because Anatole point blank explained everything out of character. Go back and listen. It's a fun one. I love Malkavians.
Oh boy.
It's great.
Wow.
So Kal, I look forward to seeing how this develops.
now
A
I
big
can
thank you.
stop. Now I can enter things into the XP log properly.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh,
I
there's
can't
so
believe
much.
we actually managed to kill a werewolf.
Just one. And because I
Uh,
botched.
That's a huge accomplishment.
Yep.
That is a
I'm
like-
taking the werewolf skull. Thanks, Robin, for the suggestion.
Yeah.
it's just a person's skull.
It was
'cause he's a
assumed.
hominid, but still.
Any
To
skull.
me,
Excuse
I
me.
know.
But we knew.
Excuse me. I can bone craft it to make it look like a werewolf skull.
There we
Okay, that's
go.
Give her
Okay,
wolf
that's fair.
teeth.
You know, any skull, we just assume that you get first dibs on. I think.
So-
Yeah, I'm taking his bent-in rib cage to wear as like a piece of armor
Oh,
almost.
nice.
Because I can also craft
Bone
bones
armor.
for armor plate. So Tereza's
Oh, that's
gonna take
beautiful.
his rib cage as that.
So do you want to hear what tonight's episode was?
Yeah.
Interlude. The characters must decide how to raise money for building the fortress. They have 5 small villages under their control, 3 of which lie on the other side of the pass, technically Russian territory. The peasants can work no more than 2 days a week, blah, blah, blah. Note the characters can tax part of the amber and spice trade that come through the pass and gain money that way. Yeah, whatever, that's kind of passive. Whatever they do to gain money, it should never be enough, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. The storyteller may want to design more events to occupy the time during which the castle is being built. This entire interlude is just building until trouble happens. Caravans passing through, attacks by lupines, a visit from a mendicant, or traveling down to the villages to squeeze the peasants for more money, or even visits from their patron or sires to see how the building is progressing might all be appropriate. That is the entire game that I was working with tonight.
Wow. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. That was amazing. That was a really
I'm glad-
fun
I'm
game.
glad this is one of the reasons why having a very sparse adventure is really good sometimes, because if you're down to improv, You can do some really cool stuff.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed a lot of those scenes at the beginning. Like, those were fun.
Yep.
So I love it. So, hey, I hope you loved it too. A big thank you to Bookwyrm Games, of course, and to all of our patrons. A big thank you to my parents, who are divine producers. Thank you very much. To Precarious and Kelowna Curd, thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing demonic patrons. The Wizards of the Patreon, of course, are Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and Sorcerer Sanguine, who may or may not be Tremere. And the High Council of 7, but there's actually 9 or 10 of them, is Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha, Urquhart, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Mike Baxter, and Iridian. Y'all are amazing. And we will see you next week here on Transylvania Chronicles. Good night, everybody.
Bye.